You don't. But
I got some stuff.
But you don't realize like these like these aren't good. Like
The C Morning Zoo on Z100.
You're not trying to get those. That means you have just cheese nutted it up too much that it's just not. It's just you're.
I think he's saving the good material for tomorrow, Bubba.
Oh, okay.
We're 2 minutes in. We're already judging my performance on the show.
What I'm saying is. What I'm saying is I want the audience to know that when a person says something and it's fun, and then I decide to run this.
The C Morning Zoo on Z100.
There's probably a lot of new people right now. You know, we got so many. This is how we've been able to obtain our cult status, but it's also kind of used against us a lot in the fact that like the show has so many little idiosyncrasies and iggies, and if you know, you know, and you have to literally, and I've had people said the first time I ever listened to your show, I hated it because I didn't understand what you were talking about. And you play this and you play that and you play Henny's on it and you're like, you got a horn and you got K5s, you got works, you got shoots, you know, you got end arounds, you got hot mic, you know, sometimes like, you know, if you're watching us on YouTube and you're like, okay, they're on the radio now. Okay, they go to commercials. Wow, they really cuss a lot and say a bunch of inappropriate stuff there. Like you would be like, I don't understand. Like, why can they do it then and not now? Well, when you get, just as we're getting, you know, hundreds of thousands of new ears and eyes on us each month. Our growth is unbelievable. We now have, Brian, we went from being so desperate on Twitter for you writing legal letters to Twitter's legal department. You really did. Brian Matroni, God bless his little soul, he actually tried to get a hold of Twitter counsel and like do lawyer talk about getting our account back. And we're
going to file a suit against them just for giggles, man.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, we were. We were going to sue them because arguing that they took away property rights by wrongfully banning your Twitter.
So anyway, Brian can be good in that capacity, but a lot of times he's a schmarmy. Like there's a whole, like if you continue to listen to this, just give the show 2 weeks.
Yeah, anytime you need a pro bono letter sent to Twitter, Brian's your guy. If you need him on a radio show, he sucks, but Bubba's still going to have him.
Just for those pro bono letters.
I didn't know that.
I summed it up for you.
You really broke it down there. You really did. Was I getting long-winded on the description?
No, but the poor guy walked in this morning. He's smiling, and you go, too early.
Well, he did roll in at what, 5:40?
He ran at 40.
It was 5:50.
No, it was 49. I looked at the clock.
49 and 58 seconds.
Listen, I just look at the big numbers, okay?
Splitting hairs over here.
I
only look at the big numbers.
I look at the big numbers. I look like right now, I'm looking at it says 6:05.
You got a full minute.
Seriously. Like, let's at least determine that whatever time we determine is a time, it's established by the big numbers, and we don't use the seconds. And right now it's 6:05, but in a few seconds it's going to be 6:06. But right now it's 6:05, but it's actually closer to 6:06 as it just turned 6:06.
Wow, this is really just mind-blowing.
I know.
Like Inception.
So what I'm saying is this show is so inside, and we got just so many little swerves and iggies and end-arounds and Blue Jays, and it's just got a whole feel for itself. So if you were listening to the show and you hear all these sound effects, some guy says something stupid, and then I hit that.
Morning Zoo on Z100.
And it might not be stupid by your standards, but to me, I'm practically a radio Hall of Famer. I've been
and you're a man's man, you know. I don't know what men's men think.
Right,
so.
you're not alpha.
Yeah,
you're
not alpha.
I don't know that you could take. Did you see the new Alpha was in?
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm going to. Actually, Seth, if you could do me a favor and run this down to Brian. Take this down to him so he can see the total packaging and the total.
Is this my bottle?
No, because I only have one bottle.
Oh.
Right now. They sent me the prototype.
Oh, Seth rubbed it on his nuts.
Well, that maybe his nuts will finally have something a little alpha about him because he's got beta nuts.
Am I allowed to show this on the air?
No, yeah, I want you to look at the whole presentation and go through it the way.
Someone's gonna rip it off, Brian.
Hold on, Brian.
F-bomb.
Did somebody use F-bomb?
No.
Oh.
Neil Mounts Blizzard, $9.99
No,
super chat.
what I'm saying is, like, don't just rip the top off.
Oh no,
be
I'm
careful
gonna
with
be
it.
delicate with it.
And might want to lift it up a little bit because it's not, like
It's got Bubba all over it.
you gotta, I want you to kind of like do a product, kind of a product.
An unboxing.
Yeah, like a product review. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Alpha cologne.
Alpha 24, please.
Alpha Volume 24, offered by Bubba Clem. He's going to offer a yearly fragrance just once a year. Like next year will be Volume 25. You know what I'm saying? So this is called Alpha, Bubba Army Alpha, and you can see the packaging that it's in, Brian. Would you say the packaging's pretty cool? I mean, the box.
Oh yeah, it looks nice.
Okay, and then the bottle. Can you maybe show the bottle up to the camera a little bit? You're not a very good.
Well, I was waiting for you to finish talking over me.
Go ahead.
So I'm displaying right now the new Bubba Alpha 24, the latest fragrance
Throw it back
from
up to
your
the camera.
favorite radio show.
Yeah, there you go.
And if you want to smell like a real man, feel like a real man, and bang like a real man.
And no, just be a real man, which all that stuff you said is encompassed into being a real man.
It's got notes of cedar, and motor oil.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have cedar and motor oil. You asshole.
Those are the notes, right?
No.
I'm reading the back of the box here.
Would you stop? It has very, very, very rare fragrances from France.
Oh,
That's what we're
from
calling
France.
it.
And
French. It's French made.
And spices that can only be found in the Orient.
Yeah. Orient spices with a French kicker thrown in with a K&N filter and some Redline 520. That's your Alpha. I mean, now will you take it and and maybe give it a sniff, or maybe put it on you, or not? It's very like 2 squirts is max. Oh, of course, he squirts it like a bitch, and he squirts it up in the air and then lets it fall.
I don't do it on my wrist like you, and then go.
Let's it fall down onto him like it's a gentle mist of.
Yeah, he kind of eases into its aura. I love it.
Okay, yeah. I like some people like to jump into their Alpha, and other people like just to be a little. You're even a pussy about wearing Alpha.
I don't know, man. One spray, and I want to go shoot guns.
Well,
stop.
I'm serious.
You sprayed it on me yesterday, Bubba.
Let me know, for real. Like, do not. Like, just, it smells good over here, too. I'm telling you, one or 2 sprays is enough. By the time you drive your truck to your job, and, it probably would have maybe blown off you a little bit. But it's a very strong, it's you don't have to use a lot of it.
No, you don't.
Maybe one or two, which means it goes further, because some stuff you got to, put a bunch on.
Yeah, no, this should last you the full year.
Yeah, if not longer.
Should get you to volume 25. I do have a question. Why is the A lowercase?
Because that's the signal. If you Google what the sign or Alpha.
Oh, for Alpha in the Greek alphabet.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Oh, I just pretty much faced you
no,
on
you
that.
did.
Where's one for me? There we go.
That's just.
Seth,
can we get a better sound effect than that? Though that's
Seth,
so
he
weak.
tried to make me look stupid.
Yeah.
No, I asked a legitimate question.
Yeah, but hoping that I didn't have a legitimate answer, so that you could just frame what you asked being stupid, which means get to me, makes people think less of me as you're trying to always try to counter program me, and then I just literally shove it right up your little beta ass.
Can you do a unisex scent that's beta?
This is unisex.
It says poor home.
Okay, well, then
it's literally for him.
It's for men. Okay, then yeah. Maybe next year will be I'll do a unisex, but I don't think as if we only have probably like a 10%. See, if you want to look at marketing now and you want to look at strategic marketing, we only have about a 10% ratio of women that listen to the show. We're about 85, 15, 90, 10 men. By all the all the statistics we get back from YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, they break you down demographics on a lot of it, and we're about 90-10.
It's 90-10 on Instagram too.
Yeah. So, Brian, why would we make a product?
I was really joking. It was a beta joke about.
So I'm just
me.
saying, I think everything we need to do needs to be men skewing, because we literally are. I wish our audience had more women.
But women feel
maybe they feel like women hate us.
No, there's women's out there that love the show, but they feel like they're not part of the demographic. I speak to some daily, and they're like, "Hey, I'm not part of your demographic, but I love the show."
Maybe the
should we
guys
have
could
a-
buy it for their wives, you know?
No,
FTE Greg, 25 Venmo.
yeah, because every man that listens to a show, there's a woman. For the most part. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe 50% of the Bubba Army is single. I don't know.
I don't think it's that high.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Bubba Army, for the most part, they got bitches.
Oh, yeah.
So, you need to, you as a Bubba Army member need to start maybe pushing the Bubba Army show. But, see, here's the thing. If you get these hardcore Bubba Army guys, their wives and girlfriends have already been exposed to a lot of the show just by proxy, and they hate it. They think it's stupid. Most women think the show's stupid because it's so guy inside. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about wieners and vacuum pumps and, of
Fleshlights.
Fleshlight that, by the way, have you tried out?
We did use it.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he promised he would.
Seth, I'm a man of my word.
Exactly.
And I'm a man of the people. I'm really the people's hammer here.
It was the Brandy Love Fleshlight that's been modeled right after her vagina.
Yes.
And without getting too much into it, what night was it? What can you give us a little bit of a backdrop as to
So it ended up being Friday night because.
Well, first of all, you were on the show Thursday.
I was on the show Thursday,
and you got it.
Received it,
and we actually called her, and she's like, "Yeah, this wasn't a curveball to her."
No, and we're not talking about Brandy Love. We're talking about my wife.
Right.
Yeah. So we called her, and Brandy Love said, "I'll allow him to use my flashlight."
Exactly.
So we did it Friday night.
By the way, for those scoring at home, again, I think one of the things I need to do better is constantly reset the show for the brand new people that don't know what we're talking about. And what we're talking about is we had this MILF porn star named Brandy Love, who I adore. She's hot. And I actually offered her, hey, Brandy Love, won't you come in on Wednesdays? It looks like we're going to try to get a rotation, maybe Gene Lasker once a month, maybe Tuttle once a month. Tara once a month. Tom Bean maybe once a month.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
You don't think so?
I think I don't know. Tom's too stiff.
You think he is?
Yeah. I mean, I think Tom's too stiff. I think you'll have a good couple hours with him, but I think that's all of the mileage you get out of Tom.
Really?
Don't you?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, be intellectually honest.
And I've never done a show with him, so I might be off. I might be a little scared.
Yeah, no, that's going to be part of it is finding that dynamic and finding your lane. With Tuttle, you guys went right into it. Right. It was like old times. You know?
With Tom Bean. I think Tom Bean's going to have to just be a filler-inner when we're talking about topic stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he'll bring a perspective.
Tom doesn't live our lifestyle. Whereas, and you don't necessarily live our lifestyle, but you're very familiar with our lifestyle.
What is our lifestyle, Bubba?
Seth, you live our lifestyle?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Our lifestyle is this, that you all work for a guy named Bubba the Love Sponge. And we have a terrestrial syndicated morning show that's heard in 6 different markets. And while we do that, we also create an internet show that's distributed across a bunch of different platforms. And then after the morning show, we then do, branch off after shows, everything from Lummy and Rhett doing sports, Lummy and Rhett breaking down the week, me and Seth getting together called Clem Kush, Seth getting together with a couple African American barbers, and it's called Operation Pigmentation.
New episode dropped yesterday.
We got Tara and Seth going to start doing something. We got Colton and Tuttle start doing something, and again we got the Tiggs Biggs.
Man, I listened to yesterday it was busy, Bubba. I listened to all of Colton and Tuttle's podcast, and then I listened to all of Tiggs and Bits. What is it, Lummy? Is it Tiggs and Bits?
Tiggs Bits.
Tiggs Bits, yeah.
Tiggs Bits.
And their show was an hour plus, and man, those guys are good.
Yeah,
those guys are pretty good, man.
They got pretty damn good chemistry. Those guys could be in a smaller
radio market,
country or rock radio market. They really could be.
I mean, they're just you got one guy's in Alabama, one guy's in Mississippi, one guy's in the Panhandle. I mean, they're just
Fort Walton.
Yeah, they're just like some good old boys, if you can say that in a way that's not racist. And I enjoyed listening to their stories yesterday.
Yeah, and again, they're as good as anything that is is nationwide syndicated for men in the terrestrial world, whether it's the Rick and Bubba show or the Lex and Terry show or the Free Beer and Hot Wing show or the Billy Madison show. There's these shows that are, widely syndicated throughout different, rock and country formats. And these three guys, doing what they've done now for, just about a year maybe they've been doing it?
Yeah, maybe a little over a year.
They've already built better chemistry and have a better sound than most seasoned radio people.
Blossy, the one-man posse.
And Stein's a fan. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, Stein's a fan too.
Yeah.
Nice.
He said good choice.
So, we got all that. We have a whole podcasting world that most Bubba Army aren't even familiar with. And that has no content that's available anywhere else. We do content that's exclusive to YouTube and all of our visual places, and then we do content, spoken word content that's exclusively available through our podcast.
Yeah, exclusive Tuttle and Colton podcast dropping, I think, today at noon.
Man, you're making this a whole thing, are you not, buddy?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're just really, really, really turning the podcast into its own animal. I love it.
That's what I've always wanted to do. I'm trying, Bubba.
And here's the cool thing about it is we got a big enough base to have kind of what a mini network already built in.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. It's great.
And everybody that's doing it wants to do it, and then, it's fun to be a part of it, and, I hope it turns
It's good when we got everybody working here that's finally got a positive attitude.
It really is.
Well, not everyone. I'm here.
Well, but here's the thing. You're here, but you play the dick and you play the bad guy. You really do. You play who was the Lex Luger bad guy? I'm Batman and you're Lex Luger.
Lex Luger from WCW?
Lex Luthor?
I'll put you in the human torture rack. I'll rack you, Bubba. I'll take you up on my shoulders.
I'm Batman and who's the
Lex Luger.
Penguin?
The Penguin?
No, he's not the Penguin.
Freeze?
So Lex Luthor went after
Superman.
Superman in Gotham City.
Well,
Lex
I'm Superman.
Luthor.
Is he the Riddler?
I'm Superman and you're Lex Luger. and
Luthor.
And you always almost get me, but at the end of the day I win because it's my show and I can tell you to leave. But
just like Superman did.
But you really tried to just be a thorn in my side. But really deep down, you're a good dude. I consider you a really good friend and you're a really good dude. But man.
And I care about you. I care about the show. I care about everybody on the show. I would do anything for any of you guys, but I'm going to be a dick in the process. That just comes with the territory.
Yeah, and even your stand, you're nicer to us and you'll do anything for us. Like if I need a letter written to my homeowners association in the former place that I used to live because some cricket came through the gate and we went down on her and they said that, it caused damage or tried to charge me money. I just had Brian flip off a real nice, Brian Petroni, Hunter Law, letterhead Willie, and they completely leave me alone. So Brian's the first one to write any kind of letter for me. I love him. But your persona on the air is one of an instigator, kind of dick, you go against me, you don't dance with me a lot, you make fun of me a lot, things like that.
If you're Batman, I would say he's the Riddler.
Yes.
I sent you the picture of they're from the 70s, and I can see Brian wearing this outfit.
You think Brian's the Riddler?
Oh, yeah.
All right, hold on here. Let me see.
Remember, Brian's also your go-to guy if you need to bang a warm piece of a sleeve.
It wasn't. I didn't have the warmer.
Oh
no. See that? Yeah, I can see Brian.
Yeah, there you go. There's Brian. He's the Riddler right there. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
So we have. Let me just backfill. When Seth asks the Riddler, Brian, if he used the fleshlight, what we're speaking of is we had a guest, and she's like one of the number one MILF, in the MILF category of porn. She's one of the hottest, most watched, most, makes the most money. She was telling me, you wouldn't believe what she makes a month. She told me, and I don't think I should probably disclose.
I think you already said it on the air.
Yeah, but anyway, she makes a lot of money. A lot of money.
100?
Oh, over.
Oh.
$200K a month, he said.
$200K a month.
Oh, my God.
You don't remember? I store all that financial information.
$200K a month.
I'll kick it out wide now.
Yeah.
So I was like, before I knew that, before I knew Brandy made that kind of money, I was like, hey, I got Wednesdays open. Would you want to come in for once a Wednesday as Brandy Love, but not Brandy Love, bringing the fleshlight, porn star. I banged 2 black guys yesterday and this big hot MILF raw scene. No. And I think she's big MAGA. I think she's,
she is.
She's big MAGA. And you bring her in here as a hot MAGA bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we're not going to be talking about the DP scene that she did with Lexington Steel. We're going to be, it's out there. She did it.
What about the one she did with Chocolate Rod?
Well, okay, there you go.
Chocolate
That
Rod.
would be your responsibility.
Is that a real guy?
I think so.
As I was, as I'm navigating through other topics with Brandy Love, if we were ever fortunate enough to have her back, then you would be able to throw the Chocolate Rod in there, like as a little curveball.
I can't wait.
Okay? But she said, Bubba, I really can't afford to, she lives about an hour away, to either get a hotel room the night before and be there right at 6 o'clock or, leave my place at, 4:30.
She can stay with you in the merch crick. You know what I'm saying? Every Tuesday night, have that dialed in.
I think when you make $250,000 a month, I don't think you're staying with anybody. I think you're getting a penthouse.
Yeah, I think you could afford a penthouse by the airport.
Yeah, I don't think that you're really wanting a deal on a. So anyway, she said that she's going to do Wednesdays on a availability. So I think we might. She gets back from Japan in July.
Oh, nice.
So she said if she isn't,
which Chocolate Rod is a real person.
Okay, so Gene was orphaned. He ran away from home when he was like 6, and he started living with a family, the Rod family. And Jerry Rod took him under his wing and raised him. Jerry Rod worked on cars and raced sprint cars, and was a real man's man, and that's who Gene was raised by. And Jerry Rod was like super mean. Like, Gene at the age of 7 was, during the summers, he'd have to drive from neighborhood to neighborhood asking if they wanted their lawn mowed for $5. Like, all summer he had to work. Jerry Rod, when he was raised by Jerry Rod, he didn't even know who his real mom and dad were. Well, he did. He did know who his real mom and dad were, but he didn't, like they were mean to something. So he's raised by Jerry Rod, but then he finds his sister in his 20s, early 20s. He finds out he's got a sister living in Tampa, and he starts living with her, right, Seth? He's 22, 23. He's not part of a bike. He's not a biker yet. He drives motorcycles, but he's not like in the outlaws or anything. And he's just working at a car shop because that's what Jerry Rod taught him how to do. And he came home one night and because he lived with his sister, and his sister's boyfriend was raping her. And he was this big ex-Marine dude that was just 2 times the size of Macho Man and wasn't afraid of nothing. And he was raping Gene's sister. So Gene went inside, got his gun, and turned the lights on. And this guy's literally choking out his sister, choking her out. And Gene says, I'm going to shoot you and kill you if you don't let my sister go. And he goes, screw you, Gene Lasker. And there was a gun on the nightstand, and the bad guy reached for the gun, and Gene shot him in the heart and killed him immediately. And then the cops came, and Gene's claim to fame is, I was only in the back seat for about 15 minutes. That's how innocent I was. After they went through everybody's story, they knew my story matched up. Of course, the dead guy couldn't tell a story. My sister said, so he said, so I was only in handcuffs for 15 minutes, but I killed a guy.
Shot through the heart, and he's to blame. He gave rape a bad name. What you say? How about that?
Lucy Morning Zoo on Z100.
I think Gene Lasker has to be in spurts. I don't think you can go long form with him.
Yeah, it is tough to do a full sing as Gene.
Right, exactly. Just one and two. New show law. 1, 2, 3, and forward bursts only with Gene Lasker. How about that? I'm gonna shoot you in the heart. You better stop raping my sister. Just quick little zingers.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go into a Bon Jovi cover with Gene Lasker. So
does he really sound like Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he doesn't. Kinda.
Okay.
But
when he was younger and getting fired up, he was
But I'm just saying, Seth. Just don't be funny. I don't want to thwart your quirkiness and your funniness, but like just don't double down on it. You can get your little, zib in, but don't, double zib. If you know what I'm saying.
All right, no double zibbing
like
next Wednesday.
If you catch Lasker on a little something and it's kind of funny, we all pop, that's it.
Yeah.
Lasker's going to be like, Bubba, I don't know about that gay guy on your show.
Tell you something about that guy. This is what he's saying. I don't know about that guy. He gets his hair cut by black guys.
Jerry Rod's,
that's what he would say.
Jerry Rod's Gypsy Son, 1,000 bits.
Oh, nice. Let me go to words. I got so many things to cut. I mean, I don't
We'll get through that fleshlight eventually.
Yeah. We got to get into we got to get into the fleshlight. We do. We have to get into now, do we just describe said fleshlight or do we start breaking it down?
I can break it. I mean, I'm going to describe the experience in a very clinical way.
All right, let's go ahead and not only, backfill as to what it represented, but then get into how you did with it.
All right.
All right.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
I pounded that fleshlight so hard, I think Brandy Love actually came.
From 3,000 miles away because she's in L.A.
Yep.
That's how
she was in Japan.
No, she doesn't go to Japan till July. So you made this less. You really made it your bitch.
Yeah, I dominated that thing.
Did your cock fit nicely?
It was the right grip. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
All right, listen, not too many. Okay, let's keep the question.
No. That's hot mic stuff. I know what to do on the air. I'm a radio professional.
I know, but I don't want to. I want to give away the payday here.
No.
Did you put it in the dishwasher?
Well, that's
it is dishwasher safe.
I'm going to talk about it all. It's
You
all
don't hold out secrets on me, cum boy.
I'm cum boy now. I got to imagine Gene Lasker's kind of slowing down in his older age, right? He's like what now, Bubby? He's got to be like almost 70, right?
No, he's my age.
Oh, really?
Just a little bit older.
I see. He's pushing 60.
Does it smell like a Petco in here, Brian?
A Petco?
Yeah, like a pet store.
It has a little bit like bird smell going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubba's in denial.
Hey man, you gotta take whatever action you can get, Bubba's grain of rice. Powder coating's the best thing you can do for any.
What is he saying? What is he saying smells like?
He's saying it's got a little bit of a must in here.
I don't smell it. Do you?
I can't. It's hard because I've got the alpha that I sprayed over myself now.
I mean, I'm in here more than anybody. This is gonna really freak him out because he hates this.
Spray it all by his chair, like all.
No, it's gonna be noticeably.
No, cloud it.
Okay, I will.
Real quick, and like just cloud it, and say, well, you were fucking bitching about it, so just right there, just stand.
It smells fresh in here.
Yeah, smells like freshly done laundry on a springtime day.
That's right.
Like almost look at hey,
Guatemala.
look, I'm almost wasting a whole bottle.
That's awesome.
And I'm putting it into the fabric. Look,
That's
see?
awesome. It means a lot coming from you, Maria. You're the
Maria's got the nicest.
you're the
Maybe I
hottest
shouldn't be
you'll
saying
find
this,
out.
but have you ever seen Maria's tits? Oh my God.
I mean, I've seen what she's shown of them.
Oh my! I've not seen anything more than that, but my God,
I don't know. You grab on her. You get a little handsy. You take that Bubba Army 5-star general, privilege there.
Yeah, I'm a little
Or 6-star general. Sorry.
I'm probably a little
rapey,
feely.
grabby. Yeah, handsy.
I'm a little Joe Biden-y with her.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna freak out now because it's noticeably. Can't you? I mean,
Well, now I would say now it doesn't smell like a pet shop.
talking about, Steve? Are we playing the Seminole key right now? Or we can do that whole little thing where it was
I did, Bubba is my God. It was so good. Oh, nothing like hearing Howard talk to Biden. Yummy. Then I watched an old episode of Rachel Maddow and finished.
the flashlight?
Yep. 100%.
What's up? Why are you eyeballing me?
What are you doing?
I'm just airing it out a little bit.
I thought it was farm-like.
It's farm-like and Febreze-like. Two smells I can't handle.
Oh,
It's
come
the new
on.
scent. It's called Farm Breeze.
Come on, man. And I don't know where you got the farm feel at.
Bubba, I'm being honest.
I walked through here with a sniffer, and I was like, what the fuck is he talking about farm?
I'm just saying, it smells like a pet store. It's not a big deal, man. It's no. You're clean, bro.
God, we were...
Seth would know. He's a big Pet Shop Boys fan.
He's just a fuck boy. That's what he is.
I got a strong sense of smell.
You're just a straight...
He's just a fuck boy.
He's the biggest Longhorn Steakhouse groupie. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
It takes me like 5 minutes to figure out which mics, which are live and not. Let me see. Yeah, that one can go down. Boom. Babyface sitting in the Diaco slot. That's labeled Diaco.
I don't see any labels.
No, on my board here.
Oh,
On my
gotcha.
board here.
Gotcha.
Like on today, I keep. Well, we haven't really named that mic yet, Lummy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we should just put guest.
Oh, I don't know. Dr. Dan's going to say he's been there for the longest time.
No. Dr. Dan, first of all, the mic that Brian's on
Yes.
is, first of all, the first mic on my board is labeled Bubba. Then the second mic is labeled Lummy because it used to go around the room in that order.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the next one is labeled Diaco. That's where Brian is. That's where Dan is 3 days a week and Brian is one. Now, the next one used to be labeled Anna, but she's gone, so I ripped off.
It just says traitor.
And no, it just says, no, it does. It says nothing. There's
JHM3 $9.99 super chat. Bring Gene back.
And by the way, man, the super chats this past month, I just closed out April, we set a record on super chats. So maybe that's like a new way now people can contribute to the show. Is doing a super chat if you're watching us on YouTube, Lummy, and you do a super chat, is it easy?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it fairly easy?
You just go right, if you're going to chat, there's a little dollar sign. And
then what, you put your credit card or your debit or whatever information, or your PayPal, whatever in there?
Yeah, you hit the super chat, say what you want to do, and then it saves your information.
And by the way,
It's easy.
that goes to your BARP totals as well. But let's keep up those super chats. Super chats were huge for April. Thank you so very much. So then the mic goes from Anna, which is now blank. Now, one would think that I would have probably Seth, but I might have to ask Macho Man maybe to because I got Seth way over here. Then it goes Rhett, then it goes Couch, then it goes Macho Man, then it goes Seth, then it goes Alexa. And I always keep Alexa up just in case I'm trying, like for instance, good morning, Alexa.
Good morning, Papa. Today, Obama was killed.
What?
Or what's his name?
Osama?
Osama bin Laden.
Did
he say Obama?
He said Obama.
Let me. I just dumped that.
Oh,
I just dumped that.
okay,
We don't want
Obama killed Osama bin Laden. Sorry. That's why I'm not Alexa. I'm Lummy Bing. You get 50% of the right information.
That was our last day on the radio, Bubba.
You want Alexa, or do you want dumb? Do you want dumb
Lummy Bing?
Lummy.
Dumb Lummy.
Hey, dumb Lummy.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
What is today?
Today is the day that America killed Osama bin Laden.
And not.
And Obama was the president at
And
the
he's
time.
alive and well to this day.
I
Doing good.
heard he bought a big ass crib in Martha's
Him and Michelle are
Martha's
kayaking
Vineyard.
today.
All right,
Did
so
they steal kayaks too?
Oh, jeez.
so maybe one of these days I'll get with Macho Man. Would it be hard to move the mics? Like, or is it just like replugging it in from the back, like taking, or is it really a big? If it's a really big wiring job, I can live with this. Because I've learned how to navigate through it. Not having it not being kind of uniform within the room. Like it should probably, if I was to have it to go with the room, it would go me, Lummy, Dan, Guest, Seth, Couch, Rhett, Macho Man, Alexa. Now, is that a big deal? Is that a really big wiring deal, or is that just moving inputs?
No, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, well, you sure? 'Cause I don't want
It's just a punch block movement in the back. It's fine.
Okay, thanks. So Brian Matroni here on Thursdays, and listen, we've been asking Seth. Like Seth and Brian are kind of wired similar. I mean, let me amongst you and I are kind of wired similar.
Yes.
We're kind of dudes, kind of stupid. You and I are kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Well liked but dumb.
You're the normal guy.
Just a normal dude.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, I'm going to be on my skid steer mulcher, mulching down some of the underbrush in the back. That'd be something you would be doing. You could be doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if you knew how to drive a grader, you'd like to grade a track.
Oh, yeah. Next Saturday, I'm going to be out there with a front loader.
I'll be mulching down some underbrush this weekend.
Whereas Seth
I'm
and
laying
Brian,
the river rock.
Whereas Seth and Brian, they can't even wrap their heads around being on a skid steer running an underbrush mulcher in the forest. Like they can't even wrap their heads around
Okay, you can't wrap your mind pulling a Webinyama, okay? But there's things that we can do that you can't.
I can't. Me and Lummy cannot. We cannot understand the excitement and how you guys would get an instant erection while you're, playing your little cards, your little trading card gimmicks, and you pulled out a rookie Webinyama. Like, well, Lummy, you know what? You've kind of dabbled into the card deal now.
Yeah,
maybe
I
hold on, stop. Maybe I'm the odd man out here.
Yeah, you're the loser here, Bubba.
Maybe I'm the too much of a man on one side, and I need to, soften up on the other.
So since you and Lummy are the everyday kind of man, like what are Brian and I?
Kind of
hanging out.
The every other day kind of man.
The modern day bitch boys.
Looking at your Ryobi's
kind of
plugged in charging.
The bitch boys.
Part of the demasculization of America.
Yeah, just kind of part of the pussification of America.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be part of that.
I mean, and all I promise you, all of your lawn stuff when you had a house and you had to maintain the lawn.
Yeah, when I had a house.
No, but when you had a house.
Yeah, I don't have.
Listen. You and I are. Listen, buddy. Don't think I'm not in the same boat as you are.
Oh,
I used to have a $2.4 million home. Now I live in an apartment.
I know. Listen, I've been sizing up my Ford Fusion to see how many bedrooms I can get in there. So far, I can make it a 2-1.
You can make it a 2-1. And I got a shower here, so your whole family could shower here if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's the American dream.
Bubba, listen, while
that's why everybody has Planet Fitness memberships. Shower for $10 a month.
But hold on, that's what people in California and stuff do.
That's it, man. I don't think Planet Fitness has anybody working out in it. It's everybody's just there to use the shower.
Yeah,
their water bill must be insane.
Like people that live in their car, they join like an Anytime Fitness or a Planet Fitness or something like that. And it's like, what is it like?
$10 a month, $50 sign up fee, $10 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for
$10 and literally
for $170 a year, they have a place to shower and brush their teeth.
So you literally could go in there, and in the morning, take your little duffel bag because you're allowed a gym bag. They got a locker room.
I mean, it's totally allowed to do that.
Right. And you go in there and you take a shower and you brush your teeth, and shave, whatever. Wash your balls, powder up your nuts.
Okay.
And then, Brian, if you get a hair up your ass, you could go work out, too, if you wanted.
Yes, yeah.
And if not, you could certainly roll around the gym and act like you're working out and peep on some hotties, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the way
Carry
to do
a towel around with you.
Live in your car and get a Planet Fitness. I mean, literally, that's probably what.
That's the American dream.
Hold on. That's not the American dream. That's the American standard. The American dream used to be, let me have a house with a fence, and I got to do my own lawn work. Now that's regulated on down to the American dream being, I'm going to live in my car and get a free Planet Fitness membership so I can shower.
The American dream is, man, I hope I can pay my light bill this month.
Right. So anyway, Seth, what I was getting at is when you did have a home and a backyard and a fence and, the American dream, when you're really killing it like me, you had, this determines whether you're a man or not.
Yeah.
You had all electric, like your blower was electric and your lawnmower was electric. Like you didn't have any, I still think that gas is just, you got.
It's stronger.
I just feel like you got to have.
I didn't want to smell it, man.
You got to have a gas lawnmower. You got to have a gas trimmer, a weed whacker. You got to have a gas blower.
Yeah.
You got to have a gas edger. And Numbnuts was right. They all have, usually the common brand amongst these little bitch boys, Lummy, are Ryobi.
You got the bright green.
They like the bright green Ryobis.
Ego is the big mowing company that does electric. I had a Briggs & Stratton, strong, like I'm talking like 15 horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
Gas mower?
Gas.
You had.
I still have it. I just have a lawn guy now.
Oh. You just hired an illegal immigrant to do your lawn for $50 a month.
He's legal.
Yeah. So now what do you do? Now how about all your equipment? Why don't you sell it?
I suppose I could. It hasn't been started in like 2 years. I'm sure I got to drain the gas and the oil.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing.
I'll take a look at it for you.
I could get it all running for you, and then we split the profits. I'll put it on the marketplace and everything if you wanted to.
Sure.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I mean, yeah.
I'll take it all in, get it all working, charge all the batteries up, and then they can, rather than having to go to your place to pick it up, they can come here to pick it up. I'll price it all out and stuff, and then we split the profits 50-50.
Can we do like a Bubba Army yard sale again? We bring all of our stuff in and let the listeners pick through it.
Yeah, well,
please.
I think
I've got to gently use Power Wheels of my daughter that I'm trying to move.
What kind?
It's a blue Jeep.
Hold on, did you see Lummy?
Oh.
Lummy, see, the natural progression age-wise goes from Sethy. I think Sethy and little Babyface are about the same age.
His has got mine by a year. She's in first grade right now, right, Seth?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
mine's in kindergarten.
It goes, age-wise, it goes little Sethy, little Face, and then Walker. So Walker could be getting some of, like, not Lummy, I ain't talking about their clothes or nothing, but like some of their cool toys, like their Barbie Jeep, we could just paint blue, and
my daughter had a blue one. She was not into pink.
We look at buying it.
Yeah, Lummy, we need to get.
I would probably give it to you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sell it to you.
Tax write-off.
That's why. Yeah, I'd rather sell it to somebody, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah, Lummy. Walker needs one of those blue Jeeps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff for Walker that I can get you at a great price, Lummy.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Seth.
Babyface gives his away, and Seth says, "I got I need $5 for
I
that."
couldn't sell it to somebody I know.
Now, what type of tools do you have that I could potentially sell? Okay, what kind of lawnmower do you got?
I got a mower, but it's cool. It's one that folds to save space.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's actually pretty nice. It goes right up against the wall of the garage.
It's
a push.
Okay,
so it's a self-propelled.
Okay, self-propelled push. I guarantee it's not 14 horsepower. No, there's not a push lawnmowers don't. Lummy, I don't think they have 14 horsepower push lawnmowers, do they?
No, not
Maybe
really.
where you're shopping, but where I shop in the big boys section.
Oh, jeez.
No, I think push lawnmowers max out like an 8 horsepower or something.
Yeah, maybe like 5.
Yeah, exactly.
How do they even determine horsepower? Do they really hook up a bunch of horses and see how
No,
many?
they don't hook
And see how many horses it takes to pull it?
Yeah. Like, okay. That's what I thought they did.
Can you imagine like a nitro funny car, Lummy, that's 12,000 horsepower? You'd have to get 12,000 if you're trying it out. Because you're the person that made the motor, so you have to have a number of what your horsepower is for the consumers, right? And you have to buy or rent 12,000 horsepowers to pull against this motor to see if that's and you have to add like 50 horse at a time. No, Seth, they put it on like this. They put it on what they call an engine dyno. They put it on a dyno meter,
right?
And then they hook all these indicators up to the shaft and to the in some race cars. In some instances, they hook them up. They'll be on like these big treadmills.
And it calculates how many ponies it would take?
And there's two different horsepowers. There's horsepower that the motor makes, and then there's horsepower to the wheels. It's a big difference. Like literally 1,000 horsepower car might only have 750 to the wheels. By the time it goes through the transmission and the drive shaft and the rear end, you lose a certain amount of horsepower going through all of that. But a lot of times people will tell you, hey, it's 1,000 horsepower at the wheels. That's a true horsepower indicator. And what do they use, Seth, to determine? There's a machine they use, I just said?
Yes, it was called the
dyno.
The dyno weigher.
No, it's called a dyno. Let me maybe send me an example of a car that the kind they hook up to like a mini treadmill, and then they strap the car down on all four corners.
And they usually blow the engine out.
No, they don't blow the engine. Send me a real badass.
Is there any one single
dyno.
horse that's involved in
So
this
horsepower.
process?
So here's what it is. It's the power needed to move 550 pounds 1 foot in 1 second.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's how you measure horsepower. That's the official measurement of
Mach,
it.
is your car 1,000 at the motor or 1,000 at the wheels?
I don't get into semantics like that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, jeez.
So yours is probably 1,000. I'll just ask Alexa. Alexa, how much horsepower does a 2022 Shelby GT 500 have? Yeah,
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, 300 to 435 horsepower.
No. I guess I should have put with the Shelby package.
760.
760 at the wheels or from the motor. It probably doesn't differentiate.
That's before the injector change, yeah.
Let me have you sent me.
I sent you one. I'm looking for better ones.
Oh yeah, but this is a good one. This is a good. Seth will understand this one. He'll love this. Little Seth, he'll love this. Here we go. Let me see. Thank you very much. Let me turn this up, Lummy. And then let me hit this right here.
On this car. So when we V-boxed the car, we managed at 8.3, 60 to 130, which is around.
So what they do, Seth, is they put it on this rig, and then back here it's rollers. So and that's where they are getting the data, how much horsepower on the rollers back here, and they hook this car up. And see, they even have big vacuums that suck out the exhaust, and then they'll put a fan in front of it to give the radiator as much air as it can get.
But I just sent you, I think, a better one. It's a Dodge. I think it's a Charger.
Oh, really?
And it's shorter, and it kind of breaks it down faster.
No, it's far more efficient than what I'm scrambling through right now.
Yes.
Thank you. Are you calling me? Was I doing a bad job over there?
No, not at all.
Oh, hold on. Now
It's
is
a
this?
Challenger.
Is it Challenger?
I was going to say that looked like Macho's
that
car.
one has a dirty Gertie in it.
Doesn't have.
It's got a dirty Gertie.
Yeah, I heard it the first time.
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
Remember, those listening to the show for the first time, that's kind of like a little slap on the wrist that you're being too much of a cheese dick. You just went too far. Nobody knows what dirty Gertie is. It's that's way too inside. I really like some of your insideness, but when it's just way too inside that literally maybe 50 people in the entire Bubba Army got it, that's just way too inside.
Dirty Gertie.
Don't double down on your cheese dick.
Well, why don't you explain to everybody?
I did. I said, I'm not going to explain something that only 50 people know of. I'd rather get to my Dodge Challenger showing Seth what an engine dyno or what a car or horsepower dyno is.
It's a 6.2 Hemi.
Now that's sexy, Lummy. That's sexy.
Yeah,
that gives me a bone.
I just smoked one of those. Those things are heavy. Those cars are heavy.
Oh, you just beat one?
Oh yeah.
That does get, but I start boning out on this kind of stuff. Oh yeah. You know how many Buck right now, Lummy? He has to move his penis over right now from the steering wheel. He's so hard right now. Real men get hard on this stuff.
Sounds
seriously.
So
what's this one?
That's a Hemi, baby.
No, that's not. I think it's a
Dirty Gertie.
No, I think it's a.
That's a V6.
It's a 6.2 V8. It's a Dodge Demon.
It's a Dodge Demon, and it's completely full blown supercharged.
Yeah, it's a supercharged 6.2 Hemi.
Let me look at that K&N on there, too. Hell yeah.
From the factory, 800 brake horsepower.
He redlined that. Wow.
Seth, you semi? Are you got a chub?
I gotta tell you, man.
Are you still got an elevator
It's
button?
absolutely crawled up inside my body.
We just got a warning from YouTube for showing porn on the air.
And see what it'll do, Seth, is you go back to the computer room.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
I understand that no horses were involved in the testing of a dyno jet.
Hold on. So you look at this is probably the horsepower curve and the torque curve, and where they meet. So it looks like it's 500 pounds of torque. Let me see. Where's horsepower at, Lummy? Here we go. Yeah, it's 950 horse. Whatever they tested here. Okay, so this was a Demon, a Dodge Demon, and it had 950 horsepower at let me see, 525 pounds torque. That's pretty. That's pretty. Here we go. Yeah, 954 horsepower at where's my torque at? Max power. Max power 101 miles an hour at 6,500 RPMs. Max torque 954. Didn't really show that. This is just torque. It didn't show the horsepower, but the horsepower is over here, Lummy, and it looks like it's about almost 1,000 right there. See?
Yep.
I'm sorry, almost 950. Almost 9. So 954 pounds of torque at 950 horsepower. It's pretty strong. See, Seth, you learned something today.
Oh, God,
like
yes.
when Phoebe goes, "Hey, Seth, what did you learn on the show today?"
I learned that real horses don't determine horsepower, baby.
Really? They got this. They had a machine instead.
Yeah, you put it on the inch machine.
On the inch machine.
What's it, Brian?
A dyno jet.
You put it on the dyno jet.
You just put it on the dyno.
You put it on the dyno.
You put it on the engine dyno.
She doesn't care. She just would be interested to hear that the ponies aren't the ones that really are dictating the horsepower.
Okay.
Well, it is 550 pounds in 1 second.
Is that what they're saying one horse can produce?
I guess that's what one horse could pull, 550 pounds, 1 foot in 1 second.
Okay, that's what one horse could do.
Yep.
So,
So if you have 1,000 horses,
Man,
they could pull 55,000 pounds, 1 foot in 1 second.
Yeah, there you go.
Curtis Enright 10 on the Venmo.
So, Brian, let's set up the fleshlight.
Yeah.
We have Brandy Love in here. She's the one of the hottest MILF stars in all of porn. She only lives about an hour from here. We have her in one day. We promote her. We talk about I think it was it part of a Clem and Kush?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a Clem Kush podcast, and we get just downright Phil. Was it a podcast or was it a visual? I think it was a visual.
We did both. Yeah.
Yeah. And we get into some of the ins and the outs of porn and who she prefers to have sex with. And we do a little bit of a porn interview, but we also notice that she's very MAGA. If you follow her on Twitter, which is Brandy Love, Brandy with an I, if you follow her on Twitter, she gets pretty political. So we were going to have her on Wednesdays. But she's like, listen, I got, I'm the hottest porn MILF, girl in the world. So I got to be in LA for the month of June, and I'm going to be in Japan for half of July. So I'm not available. So when she gets back, Lummy, from doing her Superstar MILF tour, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
In Japan.
Supposedly she's got a car collection that Dan would freak out over.
Really?
Supposedly she's got, I think, 2 Ferraris, a Lamborghini, a Dodge Hellcat, a Dodge SRT. She's got 7 really badass cars.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, when you make $250,000 a month,
you could afford it,
right?
Yeah.
And so she was in here, and before she left, she was like, "I like to show you guys something. I'm the hottest MILF, woman in the world, and I had a company that wanted to do a mold of my vagina." and so I have my own fleshlight. It's and then she made sure that we knew, Lummy, it was very, very correct, anatomically correct. Like it really did a good job on emulation. On that's really, really a very much good indicator of what her vagina looks like.
Yes.
So
her labia minor and labia major.
Thank you. Is there a clitoris in it?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
I couldn't find it, but I'm sure it's there.
Okay,
I'm joking.
Stop with what you could find. Thank you. So she gives us one, and we're like, Seth, take home the Brandy fleshlight and give us a report card on the deal. Because me and Lummy get laid a lot. I think Dan gets laid a lot. I think Jay gets laid a lot. I think Rhett.
He's got a new girlfriend.
He's got a new girlfriend. Are you, Rhett? Are you guys blasting a lot?
Yeah.
Macho gets laid a lot. So we gave it to Seth. And Seth's like, I don't want one of these, Sponjo. What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to be looking at for trading cards and this on my wiener? You don't understand. I have no interest in this at all. Like, I don't want it. I don't want to get an erection and masturbate with a vagina-like thing. I don't. Man, I would.
Right, it's called, a fake vagina.
And so Brian's like, well, I'm secure enough in my manhood. And we called Brian's wife up, and she's like, yeah, I'll help. Like, it's not you're not a loser, but, you're a little.
You're toeing the line.
You're not a loser when you do it yourself all alone, but it's cooler to have a chick help you with this process. It just puts you in a little bit cooler of a category. Guy all lonely using the Brandy Love fleshlight. That's this guy. But a guy whose wife is like, hey, let's break out that fleshlight, big boy, and kind of put a crinkle in our system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Has like a little extra outfit on. She gets the coconut oil, and she helps you. And she's telling you stuff, maybe giving you dirty words and stuff while you're doing it. That's what I pictured Brian and Stephanie doing. And Brian.
Oh, so you've already been through this. So what ends up happening in your fantasy, Bubba?
With you and your wife?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you broke it.
Are you sure? You sure you want me to? You're asking me to honestly tell you what my fantasy is when I think of you and your wife.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm totally comfortable with that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Because I have a whole big thing.
You've already played this out?
Oh, that's what I do.
Wow. Okay.
I've seen so much and done so much that in order for me to get turned on, I got to think of stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Lummy, I'm so desensitized by just standard sex. Just standard sex. You got
to get outside the box.
Yeah, I got to be, and I do it with my mind. I'm like, like last time I was
with my mind.
Yeah, or words, like, stories and stuff.
What about like when chicks were banging other guys from the past?
Like just simple intercourse, simple oral, Little House on the Prairie style, missionary, like 15 minutes and please.
Not gonna do it.
That was so like 1988 ago. Please. I'm
what do you want them to tell you, Bubba?
I'm a seasoned veteran.
What do you want them to tell you?
Listen, I got to go into words, but when I come back, I did have like a little fantasy in my head how I thought this would go down.
All right.
I didn't know that,
Bubba's, and then we'll hear reality.
Perfect. So I'll tell you mine, and then you'll promise to be truthful as to how it really went down.
Absolutely.
All right.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
That's how you do it, missionary. Right, Lummy?
Yes, that is exactly right.
That's missionary.
That's what they used to teach us.
That's the new missionary style. Yeah.
That's Christian school.
Beans and rice, and then you have some wild African fornication.
They used to throw themselves out.
It's the best way to make more Christians.
They just lay over the bean sacks you give them.
Yes. What's up, Clit Rubs?
What, dude?
I swear to fucking God.
Uh-oh.
I really swear to God.
Uh-oh. So Bubba just chased Seth down.
What was Seth doing?
I don't know. He went up behind him. He went to touch something, and then Bubba freaked out and went after him. I don't know what Seth was going after, but Bubba just literally chased him. I mean, now Seth's laughing. Up. Now he's getting a little shrill.
Should we go record?
I don't. By the time you get out there, they're gonna be done.
I knew you had you. When that door came, you have to open it. If it opened up that way, you start praying. Fuck, I literally hit him 3 times.
Wow, what did he go after?
I don't know if I should admit that on camera, but I did. I fucking gave him 2 body shots and a fucking left.
And what was he going after?
He was trying to turn the air down. All you have to do is ask me. I'll turn the fucking air down, but don't come in behind me.
Dad, you can't touch your thermostat.
No, but you can't even don't come in behind me while I'm fucking at my chair. Like, I have got to fucking get some tape and put a fucking line.
Why don't you just get somebody to build you a little extra door there?
No.
A double door?
A double door.
Lummy, do we got any?
Why don't you have a baby gate?
Let me look. Go try to find me some painter's tape or some orange tape, some colored tape.
Gotcha.
Because we're gonna have to fucking do this. That really pissed me. That really pissed me off.
It did a little.
If you want the air down, just ask. I'll fucking turn it down.
He did ask earlier, and you did. I guess didn't. Right before the show started, he said it's a little warm in here, Sponjo. Well, Seth, I think, left.
He might. Today might be a good day for him because I
don't think he's coming back.
I hit him hard. I hit him fucking hard.
Yeah, we heard him scream a little bit. We kind of regret we didn't follow you guys out there with the camera, but. It was like watching that guy from Jackass chase around Wee Man. Preston Lacey chasing Wee Man. Are you okay, Seth?
Motherfucker, is he in here?
Body shots.
I heard.
3 body shots.
I heard you took
all
some
because
shots.
it was too hot.
Are you trying to go? Hey, are you trying to retain him right now?
He is.
Yeah, I'm just kind of I'm just seeing if this is something he can handle. If he's going to dispatch me to another lawyer, like he always
He
does.
can't. He's got a conflict. He can't.
Like I always do. He goes, if I kill somebody, can I call you, Brian? I'm like, you're better off calling Kevin Hazlett.
I don't have his number.
Nah, we're not gonna be able to see that.
I'll get Brother Color.
Maybe you can just put me,
I need the
can
brightest
you forward my
ones.
call to somebody? Can you patch me through?
Yeah, I'll help you.
And the thing about it is, almost anybody that can represent you that's good, I would conflict out on.
Okay,
Kevin
yeah, but
Hazlett, I mean, Kevin couldn't rep him.
I know one former attorney who will take your case.
Thank you.
Bill Campbell.
Oh.
Now he's not. You know what?
I'll go right to the fucking source, Morgan & Morgan, or Culpepper and Curlin.
Well,
you call Curlin.
Both of them will fucking conflict out.
No,
Brad
no,
used to be on my show for years.
Yeah,
and John Morgan and I have exchanged. I've retained him.
Fine, then I'll get that guy that does the commercials in Ocala when you're jerking off in your trailer out there for the races.
Oh, what the fuck is
Dan
that guy?
Newland?
Yeah, Dan
Newland.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. I gotta get Dan Newland.
Dan Newland.
Dan Newland's a fucking Morgan & Morgan reject. Did you know that?
I don't give a fuck. He'll fucking take you for your cash and your shirt.
Yeah.
This will be the SRN.
What are you going to do with your collection of Bubba Army swag and Bubba Army Alpha, Seth? Sell it?
Actually, the Columbia police just contacted. They would like to order 100 bottles of Alpha for tear gas.
Oof.
Make sure you subscribe to Bubba Army HQ. Otherwise, Bubba will have to take action. And there's a lot of power behind those short arms. Welcome back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
So we don't have any painter's tape or nothing in here?
No, I was looking at the
Jesus
pantry.
Christ. I need some tape, and I need some bright color or some spray paint or something.
I want to make sure Seth is okay, though. He took 3 shots to the ribs from you.
He was trespassing, Brian.
Yeah. So let me tell you something. There's so much going on right now. First of all,
thank you, Brian.
I've had to really change my mindset. I've been doing radio for a long time, and I've done it where I'm all by myself, and then my crew is down below me. And I haven't had, the last time that I had a guy this close to me would have been like 2013. No, 2011, when Brent on the old studio in the Lemon Street Studios, which is now Brian's place of business, they took my Tom Bean used to have the upstairs, and I had the downstairs. Well, then I moved here, and Brian and Gina took the upstairs, and Tom took the downstairs, and so. Back then, Lummy, and when my studios were there, would have been the last time that I had somebody this close to me like Seth. Would have been Brent. But I still had kind of like an earlobe of an island that went out that Brent couldn't get to me, kind of like I have now. And one of the rules is, first of all, I never used to even let people up here.
Yeah.
Like you weren't even, I have a door over there because I just don't like people up here at all. When I'm on the air, and I just don't like people up here.
Well, Macho Man has to ring the bell to let you know that he's coming up there. Like, there's a system in place to prevent sneak attacks because Bubba is certain somebody's going to kill him.
Well, and that's why I have my gun right here.
Yes, Seth,
at all times.
Lucky you didn't get shot.
I have my gun.
That's a clean shot, Seth.
I mean, look at Seth. I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing at the wall very far from you. But that's what you're facing next time.
Seth is Googling attorneys right now.
So, Seth, I have, in the midst of adding new members, people leaving, people coming, people going, I was like, let's turn this area. It used to be where the soundboard for the studio, for the stage was, for where the sound guy would and Macho's like, man, we can unplug all of that. If we ever have a band come in, I can plug it all back in. It's not a big deal. But I could also make that a microphone position, and that's where you put Seth. It's like, okay. I mean, that's kind of letting my guard down, getting a guy that close to me. Let me build some monitors up so he can't see me and I can't see him. So we can't see each other. But we're in actually very close proximity of each other. But he should know, like, you should never come in sneak behind my back. Like, you should never even approach me. Like you.
That's such an honor move.
That's where you are now is the closest you need to ever be to me, unless you talk to me and say, "Hey, Sponjo, can I come over on your side?" And because I got something to show you on my phone. You know, little Sethy was riding her Ken and Barbie mobile yesterday and did a big jump off the pool gimmick.
You're right. I apologize.
So instead, I'm on the air. I just get ready. I hit the button. We're getting ready to go into commercials, and I feel somebody behind me, and it's him. And I look, and he's positioned himself to hit the thermostat button, and he's like, "I'm hot, Sponjo," and he hits it, and then I'm like, "What in the?" And so I follow. I chase him because I want to hit him.
Chase is a liberal word.
And so I ran him down.
It felt like a chase, Brian. I can't lie.
I ran him down.
Those hippos are fast when they start going.
It looked like Jackass with Preston chasing Wee Man.
Well, I caught the bitch. Listen, he was headed for outside, but let me thank God that the door is you have to open towards you door.
Oh, that's right.
Because you know how much that takes a lot of time to stop and open the door towards you and get out. The hippo that's chasing you can make up a lot of ground on that time. So if that would have been a door that you just opened up and walked out, Seth might have got away. You know, if Seth would have got into the parking lot, I probably couldn't have got him. But he had to open the door, and then I just pancaked him into the door, and I hit him 2 times on the right ribs and 1 time on the left arm. And I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't throw 100%, but I threw some stiff ones. That wasn't 100%, Seth. That was probably like 50 or 60, but they had to hurt.
Hey, it got the point across. It reminded me of the kid that used to punch me every day in 7th grade, Jamie, at computer class. And
Did she have big arms?
It was a man.
Well, Here's the thing.
I mean, it was a strong boy.
If you're too hot, then just say, Sponjo, can we turn the air down a little bit? Because I mean,
I just didn't want to bother you at all.
Bubba's like a mogwai. He comes with a ton of rules.
I would prefer that you do that, bug me by saying, Sponjo, a little hot over here, than to sneak behind me and touch my thermostat. I mean, Lummy, one of my number one rules is don't touch my thermostat.
Or the fan.
Even in life, like the Merch Crick knows, don't touch the thermostat.
What happens to Merch Crick if she touches it?
I'm going to just tell you something. I know other men, too, that are like this, so don't think that this is just like a Bubba thing. But men, real men, alpha men, don't forget Bubba Army.
Alpha.
Volume 24 coming within 3 weeks. Smell like a man.
Just like Seth coming within 3 weeks.
Jesus. That was pretty good.
The C Morning Zoo on Z100.
Should we make a rule that, like, if you get 10, you're out?
I thought it was 3.
He's trying to leave early today.
Yeah, I gotta save some for Friday.
There was a rule for it was 4.
4
and
you're
your
out.
fourth one and you're out. And Brian broke it, I think, on the second week of that.
Let's not put let's just know that you're just being extra dicky today.
That wasn't really dicky. I was just stupid.
Right, exactly.
Lummy liked it.
Hold on, but it was Cheeseball Zookeeper. You know, it wasn't
Nut Hut.
It was it was you know you're a top 40 nut hutter at that point. You're not a real man. You're not on a real show. This is a real man show.
I'm excited to be in tomorrow. We can play that Friday song. I don't want to work. Take this job and shove it.
I want to bang on the drum all day.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah. Mach loaded me a couple new ones.
Nice.
Like if you really, really are cheese dick, and you're really, really, like if it's just a little fleeter, you get one of these.
The C Morning Zoo on Z100.
Like that's standard cheese dick. I'm a zookeeper, but I could go as long. I mean, like if it's really, really, really bad, I can go almost 9 seconds deep.
It's a good morning. The Q Morning Zoo on Q105.
Can you imagine? Then you're like, hey, everybody,
we're working for the weekend. Are you working for the weekend? It's Friday.
6:05. Mason and the boys with you today. Don't forget, cloudy skies, low tonight, 79, high today. What's it going to be, Lummy, high today? 96?
No, it's going to be 96 and
hot. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Make sure you hydrate, my God.
Hey, Lummy, did you hear about Keith Davidson?
I mean, listen, I scored intellectually honest. I really do. I mean, that was a hell of a zinger.
You should have heard the one he got in yesterday when he was hanging up.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It was along the same lines.
Anyway, Seth, I don't have any tape that I'm going to get some bright orange duct tape.
What, like a crime scene? Come on,
Listen
Sponjo.
to me. Listen, we have to establish something here, okay?
No,
listen to me. Shut up. I'm about where the fan is. I'm going to take a big orange, either spray paint or duct tape, and I'm going to put a big line right there, and you are not to go over that line without permission. Now, if you went to the line and said, hey, can I come in your space because I got to tell you a secret? Or, you know, whatever. Like, I don't understand why you would ever have to be in my space during a regular show. Now, when you're out doing the podcasts that you do, the pigmentation, and you're back here running the board, then of course, yes, by all means, you can be back here. But whoever's been back here for the last 2 days has completely messed up my refrigerator both days. But that being said,
those core water bottles are pretty big, Bubba.
Yeah. So, Seth, except with the exception of you hosting your little podcasts that you do, your whatever the little something stuff you don't need to be in my area. And if during the show you feel as if you need to be in my area, you must ask permission. Or Seth, I got a real lawyer in here right now. This is an agreement we're coming up with, and if you approach my area unannounced and uninvited, I have the right to beat you to hit you.
Do you consent to that, Seth?
Yes, sir.
All right.
There
We've
you
got
go.
a legally binding contract.
Yes. So if you go
Is
in
assault out the window since I agreed to it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Now he only gets to punch you. That's what he said. He cannot hit you with any foreign objects. He cannot shoot you.
I can just punch him with my fists.
Yes.
I
Well,
can
that's what you usually punch with. Yes.
I can punch you with my fists on your body.
Okay.
So please do not enter my area. It means a lot to me. And if you listen, it freaks me out. It's
right.
one of my things.
I understand. I'm
okay?
I'm sorry.
Please have a little more respect for me. Did you do that? Did you treat Drew Garabo like that?
I've never had any respect for anybody my whole career, Bubba. So I apologize. I apologize.
It's uncharted territory.
Now, may I ask you something? And maybe that's just what makes the show even that much more funnier, or it's a dynamic that you've never really worked in before, but it really, really is a funny dynamic. Have you ever been with a host that had as many rules as I did, or was as weird as I am?
No. I've normally had all the rules in my career. So no, everybody that I've worked with has been very, very easygoing.
Yeah, you're the gizmo of radio, Bubba. You're the mogwai that comes with very special rules that if you screw up, bad things happen.
Is that true, Seth? I mean, like, but are they on? Are they?
You got rules, Bubba, but you've been in the game long enough to establish your own rules.
Okay, all right. Like, I mean, they're not like outlandish, hard to follow rules.
No, it's like, hey, don't come over here. You're gonna get your ass beat.
Don't walk in before 5:54. Don't slam the door.
No. See, they're allowed to get in here at 5:30 because we have our meeting now. We have our little meeting.
Yeah, I wanted to be a part of that.
Nope.
He's got ideas though.
I didn't hear any today.
Okay. Well, then.
Well, because I got shut down immediately, and so it really put me in a bad mood.
Next Thursday, 5:30 is when we meet.
That's a bit early.
Okay. Well, if
Can
you
we push the meeting back to 5:45 on Thursdays? Asking for a friend.
Dude, tomorrow with him's gonna be wild, Bubba. I know you're worried about me, but you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be worried about me going in your area. You got to save your energy for Dan versus Babyface tomorrow.
I know. I don't even know if I can handle that.
You can. That's why it's going to be awesome.
Doesn't Dan leave at 9?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, then you got Jay.
Oh, he's coming in on Fridays now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good luck after 9.
Yeah. Double insulated. So. I don't
2
know how
Diacos equal 1 Matroni. I get it.
All right. So, Seth.
Yes, sir.
Please do not sneak up behind me and do anything. Don't even come to my area.
Okay.
Just, you can look at me from over there, but you cannot get,
If that's how you want it to be, I understand.
I do. That's how I want it to be.
Okay. Can you just, at some point during the day, can you maybe just address the pet smell in here? It's very musky. Like it smells like a gerbil.
Now, are you saying that maybe there's urine?
No. It doesn't smell like urine.
We don't have gerbils here.
It smells like a gerbil cage.
So we only have 2 animals that could potentially go in this area.
It's not dogs.
It would be Bella or Scout.
No, it's not the dogs.
Oh, you think it's a rat?
Maybe a rat got caught. Yeah, maybe a rat's decaying in the walls.
Well, if you can pinpoint the smell, if you can pinpoint it a little bit better, maybe we can see if we got a trap set there.
Okay.
We don't know where we have. I mean, we have traps set everywhere.
Yes.
So if you can use your sensitive sniffer to maybe pinpoint a general area of where you think this wilderness smell's coming from, then maybe we can address your musty. So I don't smell it.
Okay.
And I got a pretty damn good smell for dead rat.
All right, I understand.
Lummy, do you smell it?
No, sir.
Oh boy.
If anybody does smell it, let me know.
Brian, do you care to be intellectually honest?
I will say that there was. It was.
I want to track this down, guys. I don't want to stick my head in the sand and act like it's not happening.
It was more of a stale smell than it was like. I'm not going to say it was musty like a pet shop.
Where?
Back in this part more so. I didn't get it towards the front.
Back
I got
by
it,
you?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
But
Is that where the rats are?
But I don't.
not gonna comment
But
on
I don't
that.
think it was like super strong.
Is there a rat trap down by Brian's feet?
No, but back in that area,
There's one.
there could be some.
Well, Dan, will you go rat patrol?
Well, we'll deal with it off the air.
No. Let's not deal with it on the air. Let's off the air. Let's deal with it on the air.
I don't want poor Lummy to be
I'll get the rat. If there's a rat that got caught, I'll get it. I'll take care of it. All you do is just take the jaws and you put it in a little bag, and you bag it up and throw it in your regular. You put it right to your outside trash.
Bubba, let's be honest. You're not the best at catching rats. You had one here for 3 years, stole $240,000 from you.
There you go.
That was a 2-for-1.
Yeah, that was just cheese dick enough to be funny. Yeah, that's a pretty rare deal where you get a zookeeper and a correction. I mean, and an attaboy. So yeah,
it's witty, and I know a lot of people are like, "Stop talking about Blitz and Otter," but we can't. We have to get all these jokes off because we have to help our pain and our suffering somehow.
And there's a shelf life on it. You can't. You got to do it while it's fresh.
We got 6 more months, guys.
And I've heard there's been some people doubt. They're like, there's no way that's real. That's just Bubba, and he lives in this world of works and shoots.
Oh, yeah, they go, the BRN doesn't make that much money. They say that it's not real unless you press charges.
And it wasn't $250 over 1 year. It was $250 over 3 years. And that was his, and yes, it's horrible BRN accounting because I trust he ran the PayPal account. Now I run Venmo, I run Cash App, I run every other source of how we monetize. I do the bookkeeping. Well, and the PayPal was when you send money for PayPal, then it goes into our PayPal account, and we issued a credit card, and we could use that credit card to purchase stuff. And I had the understanding with Blitz that this was what he was to use to purchase stuff for the studios. And it got out of hand for him, and I didn't. Yeah, he always kept like a $3,000 or $4,000 balance in there.
So when you looked at it at the end of the month, because we'd have a $199, it always looked the same.
Right. So I'd look at it after he was able to, stock up the toilet paper, the waters, and by the way, we're always short on waters. And Will just texted me and be like, "How can I ship some waters to your studio? We love bottle. We need water."
Yeah, it looks like he bought some cases of core water.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, really?
I think you could probably go to our Amazon. Can you go to our Amazon page and get it to us
For
that
the
way?
core, I'll add that to it.
There's a bunch of water. There's a bunch of cases of water outside.
Don't add core exclusively because then he'll think it's all his. And realistically, I want to drink some of that core water. So Seth realized that all core water that comes here, we're splitting.
I understand.
Okay.
I'll just add. I think there's already bottled water, but I'll.
What
add
is that? Amazon.
Stuff.
And what is that?
Amazon.BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Okay, Bubba. I'm sorry. Amazon.BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Correct.
All right. So there would always be like $3,000 or $4,000 in the account, and I was like, okay, that's what it needs to be. And then 1 month I check it and it's $850. I'm like, well, that seems like it's. I don't remember us really buying a bunch of stuff for the studios.
No, the problem is Bubba, is that we didn't have a $199. We were suspended. We didn't do a $199. So he was in. That was when it was a short notice. It was a week of the $199 that we were suspended. And what he would always do is he would always spend a lot of the money that weekend before the $199, knowing that we would replenish.
Oh my God!
So he would keep a balance. He would always tell people.
So when
I never got to see the PayPal to call out the things. He would text me or type to me who gave. So let's just say Homeless Drew Garabo maybe gave $800 on PayPal. Maybe I don't see that one, but he says Shivering Business Zero says gives $500.
By the way, I was scouting big ones today on PayPal. Venmo, both at the Bubba Army. I think they came in with $50 today because you know how they love their Brian.
Thank
Baby
you, girls.
Stay
safe out there.
Those are really your girls, aren't they?
They are.
They are.
They're the best. They texted me to ask if I was going to be on today so they could listen.
And then Daniel, this might be new money. Daniel Wirfel.
Werfel.
Danny Werfel?
Yeah, Danny Werfel.
We got Danny Werfel.
Wow.
Wasn't he a Heisman Trophy winner?
Yeah. Florida Gators.
$25, Danny Werfel, ladies and gentlemen. Now, listen, I don't think he did anything in the league, did he?
He played for the Bears.
And the Saints.
Did he do anything in the league?
No.
I mean, he sucked it up.
Right.
He played for the Bears and the Saints at the time.
I mean, for being one of those Florida quarterbacks back in the day where it was like, pretty much it was
a
where,
gimmick offense.
Yeah, like where guys could throw for a ton of yards, but nobody took him seriously as a pro prospect. Like the Gators had a lot of those quarterbacks, like Shane Matthews and all that stuff. So a lot of those guys made it to the league.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, a lot of those guys made it to the league, but never.
Charlie Ward won the Heisman, maybe the national championship at FSU.
Yeah, he did,
and never played the NBA his entire career.
Smart move.
Yeah, that was a smart move, actually.
Smart move. You want your rookie contract in the NFL, or do you want a 10-year NBA career?
Right, exactly. And I mean, he was nothing special in the NBA, but he was just one of those really good, solid. He was a solid.
Played for the Knicks. He had a good career,
and he doesn't have CTE. So
right, exactly. And he probably made way more money 10 years in the NBA, which is, by the way, that money's guaranteed. And compared to 10 years in the NFL, where you really don't get paid until your 5th year in the NFL, really. I mean, if you're anything below a second or third rounder, I mean, Brian, you're not going to make any significant money in the NFL till your 5th year, and that's if you're turned into an Aaron Jones.
Charlie Ward made $34 million in his career.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have made that as a backup quarterback.
He would have made under $10 million his entire time in the NFL. Maybe at the time, because you got to think he was in the 90s, maybe like 12 million tops.
Now Gooch sent me $50. The Jeff Patterson Gooch, former gas man, 3-time NASCAR champion, Tony Stewart. Gooch, Columbus, Indiana. What is he, like the 5th most popular guy from Columbus, Indiana? You'd probably have to check your notes.
Yeah, I think he's 3rd.
But anyway, huge fan of the show, listens to the show, and he sent me $50 on PayPal. So thank you, Gooch. I love you. One of my best buddies. But he always puts this, and I don't understand what this means. Like, it makes me think that he's not getting the show, but he says, suffering in silence.
Seth said that, right?
Yeah, he's
I don't know. I don't understand what that.
He's referencing what I said when I was talking about allergies, a few months ago.
Oh, so
I'm suffering in silence as somebody that deals with pollen.
Okay, great. So I wonder if Gooch has a pollen issue, or he just loves that.
I think he thinks it's funny.
Snowflake, F-boy type mentality that you're even tripped up by the pollen.
Bubba, I could have lines.
You're such a paper tiger that you're even pollen even trips you up. Us real men don't get tripped up with pollen, please,
no,
bitch.
Jeff the Gooch Patterson is number 3.
Number 3 at the most popular people.
I can have lines that resonate with people, Bubba.
Yeah, obviously. He's the most manly man that I know, and he's reiterating one of your various...
Well, I'm here to make manlier men feel manlier about themselves by having a little flake like me on the air every day.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. And then you bring in another flake and Brian, and we're flaked out.
Then we start doing programming together, and I mean, good
Starts
Lord.
being flaked out Thursdays.
Yeah.
Get your flake on. So, Lummy, make sure I get some type of bright-colored tape so I can... put and Seth, you are not to cross that without permission audibly from the show during the hours of the pro. Anytime I'm here, you cannot come back in this area.
I understand.
Or I can punch you. I did punch you.
You did.
I'm not going to apologize. You enraged me that much. I'm so sorry.
So about that fleshlight.
You've hurt me more than you hurt Blitz, by the way, but go ahead.
So, anyway, Brian gets the fleshlight. We call up Stephanie. She's like, yeah. Oh, sure, no problem. Which was not Phoebe's response. Phoebe was, keep that thing out of my home.
She didn't sound. Well, first of all, Seth couldn't even call her on the air. He had to call her from his cell phone and hold it up to his microphone.
Right, and she was like, "No,
She's like, I wouldn't answer your call, Bubba."
Right, I wouldn't answer Bubba's call, and I'm not interested in my husband bringing in a fleshlight. The last time he got a little crazy on himself, little Sethy walked in and he had his pants down below his knees, taking it around the farm, and she, we had to come up with, Dad was wrestling himself or something. I forget what.
I don't know, man. It was a long time.
I'm just saying. You've
got him vapor locked, Bubba.
You've been caught touching.
I have not been caught touching myself. I've been caught laying afterwards, covered up.
Okay.
With,
So you partied. And then, after you party as a man, a lot of times you're just exhausted. You're just like, oh. And you don't immediately go to the bathroom or the shower and clean up. Like, a lot of times you'll just kind of, get in that moment, which you're right there on the fine line of maybe passing out. And so did you have at least a towel draped over your wing?
Yeah, no, I did.
So your daughter comes in and she sees you in a position that she's probably never found you in, and that is at the computer, towel over your crotch, just exhausted, passed out from that huge orgasm that you just obtained. She then says, "Mommy, Daddy, something's wrong with Daddy." And then Phoebe comes in and says, "Seth, get a hold of yourself." And then they come up and tell the kid, Seth, Daddy's just tired because he was trading too many cards that day, and just whatever.
I think the only part of that was Phoebe coming in saying, "Seth, get a hold of yourself."
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think this was. I don't want you thinking like I was laid out like a chalk outline, like a murder scene.
I know. But I figured you just kind of slumped over in your chair. This is how I'm going to get in the position that I think that perhaps that little Sethy may have found you in. Okay, hold on. Kind of like hands here on the mouse, and you're like. Hold on. See if you guys. It takes the camera's a little bit behind. Hold on. You're like, just like
you got me looking like I'm paralyzed.
No, but you're just like, towel over your crotch, and you're just back there, just
Bubba, I was in her bed. If you remember the story correctly.
Oh my goodness!
Hold on, you were in your
God!
I thought you were on the couch.
You were in your child's bed.
Oh my
God, Sethy, this is far more of a problem.
Oh no!
No wonder she didn't. So anyway, that woman, I love her.
You offered that?
I said it the first time. I knew. I'm sure. I'm not looking at chat, but I'm sure people are bringing it up. There's no hide of the truth here.
Nobody had mentioned it.
No, everyone thought
really?
it was the couch.
So
in the living room.
So anyway, it was actually little Sethy's bed that he did the deal. Passed out. So she goes into her bedroom. Hey, I'm going to my bedroom as a little kid. Oh, my dad's passed out with a towel over his crotch. That doesn't seem right. Mommy, Daddy's in my bed sleeping with something over with a towel.
It's not that jarring to see a father laying in bed covered with his privates covered.
Yeah, but his pants down,
There were no pants.
You
were Winnie the Poohing around the house.
You were just nude.
I was covered.
With what?
With Jimmy shorts, with a shirt, a towel. I don't remember that day as vividly as Bubba seems to, but I definitely had my genitalia covered up.
I know, but and what other instances do you let me Cash App? Did you see Sunny Days?
Well, no, that one's expiring.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I didn't bring it up.
Damn
Sorry.
it. We keep getting all these Cash Apps expiring because Cash App's just a bunch of dicks.
I didn't know it expired. The $1 that I gave you guys expired.
I know. So, but Seth, that's a very uncommon thing.
Yes,
I guarantee you, Tyler never caught me in that type of situation.
It wasn't a catch, Bubba. I was chilling. I wasn't stroking. I was chilling.
You were nude.
If I was stroking, then I'd have to.
But weren't you nude underneath the towel? Nude on your kid's bed is not normal, buddy.
I understand that, but I didn't have my wang out. It's not like I walk around the house naked. I
thought you had just got one.
I did, but I had fallen asleep. I covered myself, and then I fell asleep.
But you got one on her bed. You got one where you partied at was on her bed. Your body was positioned on her bed when you were partying. And you had your party while your body was on her bed.
Because
yes or no?
In our room during the day, Phoebe's in there working. So if I need to go, do stuff, it's either go in the office, which it's just the computer chair and my internet's very slow, or it's, go kick it up on a bed or go downstairs on the couch. And
I'm just saying.
I like upstairs more.
This particular one happened to be on her bed. You caught a party on her bed. That's the first time I think that you've caught a party on her bed. She's never caught her dad in this set of circumstances ever before. This was alarming to little Sethy. Little Sethy went out and got Mom, and then Mom came in and said, "Seth, what do you think you're doing?" Yes or no? Well, did you see the Gloria Zach on the cash? Is that expiring too?
Yes.
So all the Cash App notifications I get aren't people donating. It's money they're taking away. There's our business for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you just get off of it, Bubba? Because that's horrible. That's horrible that you can't get the money and then it gets taken away.
I know.
Just to clarify, those people do get their money back.
No, they get their money back. No, they get their money back. Let me just see the super chat. $20.
Yes, I was trying to say how to say it. So, sorry. Clyde Rubs.
No, it's
C-lit rubs.
There you go.
It's clitoris. If you say clitoris,
okay. Clitoris rubs.
You can't
$20.
use the slang version of that on the radio, but you can use the medical version, which is clitoris. You just can't break it down to,
Yes. Clitoris rubs, $20 in the super chat. Thank you.
We get all that, so thank you so very much. So, Seth, that's why when we called Phoebe up and said, Phoebe, we got this new Brandy Love fleshlight, and it's a simulated vagina of a guest that we had, and can we send it home with Seth, and you help him through it? Like, it's cooler for the dudes to have your girl help you. And I think her traumatized by the fact that her last interaction with Seth sexually was the fact that she found him on their child's bed.
We've had interactions. We had a sexual interaction yesterday.
Okay.
And I fell asleep, and she goes, I love when you fall asleep after. She's like, it's so funny. She loves it.
Yeah, because she doesn't have to deal with any more of your nonsense. Like, she could actually get
whatever
out.
the reason is, she likes it.
Yeah.
She thinks it's funny.
So yesterday was a little something?
Yeah.
How'd that go down? Come home, where's kids at school?
Yeah.
Right? Then what?
And I was like, yeah.
He pulled her into his daughter's bedroom.
How'd it go down? You're like, hey, big dad,
It's like, yeah, can I get some love today, bitch? And
no, hold on. You didn't throw the bitch in there.
I was trying to be cool. You're right. I did not.
Hey.
I just like, hey, can I get some love today? And she's like, yeah. And then she had like 7 meetings I had to wait for, and then I pretty much gave up because I was getting close to go picking up little Sethy.
So it's like at this point you're watching the clock. You're like, okay, we're down to 12 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 3:30, and I was like, all right, because we had a 1 o'clock appointment, and then so it got set at 3:30, and I was like, all right, this isn't gonna happen. So I went in and ate my veggie sub, and then she was like, all right. Then she came in.
Did she bust you off a quick? Did you get a quickie?
She's just like, you mind if I just, do
that,
whack it,
easy.
Well, easy. He just, yeah.
She decided to take care of you by hand. She give you, did she take?
Yeah, a handy with lubrication.
Oh, that's what you're regulated on down to? Just
in a hurry.
You take what you can get, Bubba.
In a hurry, yeah.
Right. I scoff at that.
I know that you do, Bubba,
like
but
I goes, oh, you know what? I'll give you a hand. I'm like, man, get the hell out of it. You know what? I'm done with you. Offering me a handy when I went full blown Willie, please.
At least let me TF.
Yeah, I mean, you got 800 cc's worth of teas.
All I need to do is look at some boobs, man, and I'm good. Like, it doesn't really take a whole lot.
If you were with a merch crick, man, you should just have her walk around topless, and you'd just be going wild all day.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, it's very easy for me to get where I need to be.
I mean, who's on the? This is when they're on hold. That means you've pre-approved them.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, Bubba, it's Corey from Bradenton.
Hi, Corey.
Hey, I'm FTE. I've been in and out of my truck all morning. I missed part of the show. I know you guys were talking about it earlier, but did Seth tell you who he plans on having in the studio next week on Operation Pigmentation?
No.
25 Cent?
A crackhead?
I love when
crackhead.
I love when
is this bitch ratting on me?
Hold on. I love when listeners get
Seth,
so deep.
I love you, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, sir, thank you for the whistleblower. But I don't put any limitation on Seth and the guests that he wants to bring in. I've never told him he can or cannot have a guest.
He's not going to use my mic, is he?
That's his. Listen, the podcasting world is his. That's his world. I do not Seth, I think you'd be the first person to tell. I do not micromanage it at all. I pay about as much attention to the podcast as I did my PayPal.
I am very fascinated by people that give feedback on why things aren't a good idea.
I love it.
Like, would you have thought that me talking to 2 barbers would be a good idea, or would you not have thought of it?
Here's what I love. The guy is so entrenched into our world that he knows every facet, even our pod. Like he knows he doesn't miss a show, and he doesn't even miss a podcast.
But he's a snitch.
That's okay. He's not snitching. He'd be a snitch if I did something about it.
They all are, Seth. They're not going to let you get away with anything, man.
Yeah, but Seth, I don't care.
No, I know.
Do what you got to do. Bring a crackhead in.
I will.
I don't care.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was,
Don't you think? Don't you take that as a badge? That should be almost a badge of honor in the fact that the guy had to listen to the entire podcast to get that
And
information.
then go, I'm going to call Bubba.
And then jump through the hoops of calling me to get on the air to snitch on you. That guy's a solid P1, is he not?
No,
we
he
need
is.
more of him.
We'll take his listen. I changed my mind.
We'll take your download, your listen. We'll take your pre-roll on YouTube. We'll take everything that you can give us, sir.
Thank you, Corey.
Maybe you're even listening to us on 103.1 out of Orlando. Let's be like the best.
Are you against the crackhead coming in, Lummy?
No, more crackheads. Let's
Lummy
go.
didn't have anything to say about it.
Well, I don't know. He
Yeah.
patched the call through. I just want to make sure.
Hello.
Hold on, I don't screen the calls.
Yeah, you didn't say, "Hey, listen, let me put me through because I'm gonna bury Seth really bad." Okay?
That's actually
okay.
what happened. I heard
Okay,
the whole
I'll
thing.
let you right through.
exactly.
I'll let you right through because you're an anti-Seth call because I hate Seth.
Front of the line.
I checked the number, Seth.
Crackheads only. Hello, who's this? Quickly, I'm busy.
Hey, it's Bubba Dreams of Being 2X. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, but yesterday at the 14:30 mark, one of the co-hosts, the haircutter guys, said, "Hey, you got to tell Bubba he's got to get some water in that refrigerator." So there's your guy.
There's my guy. Yeah, it's Craig. Craig's coming over here.
See, I didn't put that one through, Seth.
Listen, man,
thank
as
you,
long you guys want to listen to the podcast and call up about it, it's just helping me promote it.
That's
so
right.
thank
There you
you.
go.
I mean, think about this. Both callers that we just had, Seth, had nothing to say about our program.
Yeah.
They were breaking down your podcast.
I know.
That means you're doing pretty damn
I
good.
know, Bubba. I know.
All you little bitches keep squealing away. Just make sure you download, bitch. About to get mine.
And buy the shirt, BubbaArmyStore.com.
I got to go into words, and then I have to give you my fantasy on the Stephanie Bryan fleshlight. We haven't got down that path yet. Hello. Just like I was saying, you know, in order, be quiet for a second, sir.
Hello, shut up.
813-90, Bubba. Listen, we get so entrenched into our world. So I opened the show up with, you literally would have to give us 2 to 3 weeks. If you're just a brand new listener and you just don't understand all of this drama that we got going on, these African American barbers and Seth being a snowflake and Lummy
These African American barbers that are thirsty.
Yeah, exactly, and they keep knocking down my refrigerator, and then Lummy, who is the most popular guy but yet one of the dumber dudes,
Yes.
and then Brian, who's a lawyer and just a real smarmy piece of crap, but he did use the fleshlight and going to give us a full report on that. To just the various personalities there. We've not addressed one story. It's been all about our drama, and it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get entrenched into our world. But once you get entrenched into our world and you like it, then you literally become it's like a cult-like deal. It's literally Jim Jones less the Kool-Aid. So anyway, sir, what can I get for you?
Yeah, it is. I love the show. I listen to it every day on BubbaRadio.com. I'm just wondering, I haven't heard Dan or Brian. I guess you don't have any of your legal guys in today.
No, I got Brian right here. He doesn't really put his legal hat on as much as he puts his snowflake and ball busting hat on. But go ahead, he's still a lawyer.
I'm here, sir. What can I do for you?
I was in a traumatic accident, and we're just having some issues. We're trying to find some product liability because we got smashed pretty hard, and no airbags came out of my Toyota.
Oh, okay, so yeah, with the airbag stuff, how long ago did it happen?
Thursday last week.
Okay, I can help you with it if you want to call the office. They're tough cases because, well, they're not tough. You just need somebody who specializes in it. I know a firm that does and that can help you out with it. There's certain ways that airbags are supposed to deploy and not deploy in accidents, and that's part of being a lawyer.
Is there a defaulty airbag deployment whole world?
There can be. There was a whole thing with Takata, the company I think that made the airbags for Toyotas. They've been recalled. That there was a problem with those. I don't know what type of vehicle you're driving, sir.
Yeah, I researched it. It was a 2021 SR5 Toyota Tundra, the 4-wheel drive, the big crew cab, and there's no recalls on the airbags that was found.
Okay. Yeah, give me a call, and I'll help you out. You can call 813-287-2227 or 844-ASK-GINA.
No, stop. Shut up.
What?
What if Tom Beans listens? It's 844.
813-287.
No. It's 844. Ask Gina.
Oh, you can pronounce it either way.
No, you can't.
You haven't seen 40-Year-Old Virgin.
844 Ask Gina. Gina. Go ahead and tell me what that number is one more time, please, sir.
844 Ask Gina, Jina.
Yes.
Gina.
Yeah, Gina. Idiot.
Oh, well, you said J.
I said
he did.
Don't blame it on me. All right, so 844 Ask
Listen, the show's
Gina.
great.
Thank you. I know the show's the best. We just keep going down one rabbit hole down another. We can't get any topics cleared at all. I gotta go into words.
Sir, man, $49.99 on baby big boy shirt.
All the cash money that's being sucked back away from us. The tide's going out, Lummy. We had the tide going in with the money. Now they're sucking all of our money back out on Cash App.
That's right. So we're getting the Super Chats.
You can make it up on Super Chat. You can make it up on YouTube Super Chat, my friend. It's super easy to do.
I got to confess something to you next segment, Bubba.
Okay, that, and I got to get into the Brian Fleshlight. It starts with my fantasy and then goes with what they really did, along with the question you have for me.
Yes, a confession.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Yeah, stop using Cash App, guys. PayPal, Venmo. Let's go.
My wife.
Really?
She's a huge Suits fan.
Are you set up to receive Zells, Bubba?
She knows everything
What?
about it.
Are you set up to receive Zells?
Nope, they pulled me from Zell too.
She loved it back in the day.
Did you know that, Bubba?
What?
That Ashley was a fucking Suits fanatic?
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem with the show yesterday. She never asked Tuttle if he watched Suits.
I know. Well, I think once Tuttle started saying that he hosts bingo night, I think we figured he wasn't watching a lot of TV. Did you talk to Shannon yesterday, Bubba?
No. I'm afraid.
Man.
Why the fuck would he do that? Why would he go there? I mean, don't you agree?
I mean, I
mean, you're on your tryout.
I felt bad. I think he felt a lot of pressure yesterday. Because everybody's like, you're on a short leash, don't fuck up. And I don't think he knows what to do. Like, how to... I don't know, the Shannon stuff freaked me out, so...
Did you see where there's another whistleblower died on the Boeing deal?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
From what?
Whistleblower Josh Dean of Boeing supplier Spirit Aerosystem has died.
What was the cause of death?
I don't know. I haven't opened up the article.
Oh.
Weinstein, it looks like Weinstein is going to get off everything.
In both states?
This is Tom Bain, Mike. Tom Bain is the name of the designer of my shirt. Baine. Very comfortable, breathable, new age fabrics.
New age fabrics. What up, Berto? Oh, what was the Tom Ford? Tom Ford, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's not mine.
Okay.
I ain't rocking Tom Ford, man.
I only know that because of Jay-Z has a song called Tom Ford.
Yeah, no, I'm more of a Frank Chevy guy myself.
Okay.
Grouper Lips, I pulled it off of his floor as I was getting dressed this morning.
Thank you, Trick Knee. I needed it big time. I put the whole thing on Instagram yesterday.
It's a great looking haircut.
Thank
It
you.
thins you out. It makes you look like you lost about 30 pounds.
Oh, not according to the comments. Apparently I'm fatter than ever.
People are mean.
I just wish people would watch content instead of just being like, see my face and then just comment on it. But, you know, I guess that's what it's there for.
A view's a view, buddy.
A view's a view. I just...
Hate watching counts.
No, I know. I don't block anybody either. Sometimes it's just, it wears on you.
Only if you let it. You control you, buddy.
I know.
Bubba Macho wanted me to let you know he just bought BubbaRadio.com. And it's going to forward it to BubbaArmyHQ.com. Since that guy called and said he listens on BubbaRadio.com.
Thank you, Liz. I appreciate it.
Good purchase, Mach.
So now when you type BubbaRadio.com, it goes to BubbaArmyHQ.
That's great.
Oh, Liz, you said you were coming around on me, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'll take that. Listen, I get called all kinds of things all day on here and all that. I was a little surprised that the Instagram video was so focused on my face.
I gotta say, YouTube chat is more like 60% men, 40% women.
YouTube's great.
I like the YouTube chat. Rumble, they're a little rough in there.
Rumble kind of has their own conversations at times.
Yeah.
Like, they'll do their own thing.
Yeah, they're definitely their own group.
Yeah, YouTube keeps it pretty focused on the show.
Like, you don't get Jay-Z as a Satanist scumbag in the YouTube chat, but it's definitely in the Rumble chat. Out of nowhere. Like, completely unsolicited.
Bob Green, $49.99 super chat.
Just fascinating.
Thanks, Iggy. I'll try not to, man. Yesterday was just surprising. That's all. I just try to give a little extra content.
He's a world-class e-cyclist. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Welcome to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. And let me, I'm just so torn up over this Cash App deal. Like, should I just cancel it? Should I just turn it off?
Have you tried uninstalling and reinstalling the app?
Yep.
And that didn't work?
Yep. I've had 5 people on the phone. I've had 15 sessions,
chat sessions.
Chat, bot, AI sessions.
Rob Green, $49.99 super chat.
There's thank you. Super Chat's been working out great for us in lieu of Cash App. So here's the deal, Brian. With every phone call, they say, oh, okay. Listen, we're going to go ahead and email you an explanation as to how to get your thing. So then they email me, and it's always the same thing. Go to your settings, go to privacy and security, go to verification, and so when I go to those, it shows that I'm verified. I can't re-verify.
Right. So why don't we just do this? Why don't you pull out whatever money you have in there and shut it down?
It won't let me. Macho, 855-806.
You can't do anything. Chief Charlie, 215, $20 on the super chat.
There's got to be a way they can
855-806.
cut you a check or something, right?
Not until they can verify you.
Yeah.
That's the big holdup.
But I'm double verified.
Yeah.
I'm double verified. So I'm like, listen, I'm verified. And they go and they look like, okay, yeah, we can see that. But we still cannot verify your business. I'm like, I am my business. Like, that's when I verify, I'm verifying my business. I put my tax ID number in there. I've even sent them copies of my federal tax returns. I mean, like, I've sent them my social security number. I've sent them a picture of my driver's license. I've had to get on their app and put my face, like, in their little template, and I've taken pictures of my face. I'm like, I've done, and then it's like there's something on my account, Brian, that, like, they won't tell me. And I'm like, can you get a supervisor to tell me why? Because every time I call you, I get the same runaround. And you guys send me to the same place every time, and it doesn't work. And now I get notifications of all the money that you're taking away from me. Now, Venmo and PayPal, no problems.
Nothing.
The best at the Bubba Army. But this Cash App deal has got me flipped out. It really does. It's got me flipped out. How like do they think that has some troll turned me in and they think that I'm some kind of like, Hamas support terrorism group because by there's the word army?
Yeah, we're supporting the riots in the schools.
Brian, can you think of but when I go through their steps they tell me to go through, it says that I'm verified. Like you're good and you're verified and you'll get an email in 24 hours. Well, I get that email and it says to complete your verification steps, go back through what I just did and get verified. But I'm verified already. They won't let you triple verify. So what would you do with me?
I would definitely stop using Cash App.
Cash App customer service, $40 on the Super Chat.
Well, there you go. They're getting your money back.
So anyway, I'm just beside myself. I really am. And I'm going to try to call again today, Lummy. I got a meeting at Tom Bean's at 11:30. So I'll have like an hour. And then I'll go over there.
Does Tom Bean know about the Cash App situation?
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he can. I don't think Tom Bean could do anything.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Like on the topic that I'm going to see Tom Bean about today, that he obviously is involved in. But with this Cash App deal, I don't think he's involved in at all. So Brian, we get his wife on the phone. Phoebe says no to the fleshlight. No, I don't bring it here. He already has a problem with passing out on our daughter's bed after he's partied, so I don't need this other apparatus laying around the home for her to find after her dad has just used it and thrown it aside.
Ooh.
Because I think that's what you do after you get your party. You're just like, so we tried to slough it off on Seth. That didn't go so swell. Well, then Brian was like, well, you know what? I'm secure enough in my manhood that I would use a fake vagina, like, a fleshlight. Let me call my wife up to make sure. 808-905. Just hopefully you guys got that. I'm keep getting these. I keep getting on my email, Lummy, these verifications that I'm sure the guys are trying to get something verified. So
yeah,
I think I can blurt it out over the air because nobody knows what we're trying to do.
Correct.
Right,
and Macho says thank you.
Okay, so we get Stephanie on the phone, or Brian gets her on the phone, or something. Somehow we get a hold of her.
You called her,
and she was like, "Yeah, we have great sex, and we're kind of kinky, we just don't do Little House on the. I got to think Stephanie's probably pretty freaky, like outfits and stuff like that. You guys probably have, being together so long, you've had to mix it up a little bit to keep it hot.
This voice is freaking me out.
I like it. I like where Bubba's going.
Me too.
This is like watching a dyno car for me.
Yeah. So
both our pants are down.
I'm thinking, so she says, yeah, no big deal. Send it. So I'm thinking, Brian. So Brian, it did take effect on Friday, right?
Yes,
Right, so-
we couldn't squeeze it in on Thursday, but we got it going Friday night.
All right, so I'm thinking that maybe Friday night you put little baby face down, and maybe you guys have a couple glasses of wine. Maybe just whatever. You guys are just kind of.
She ties you up,
and next thing you know, she says, she goes upstairs and takes a shower, and you're downstairs watching the draft. And she tells you to come upstairs, and she's got like a little outfit on for you, maybe like a garter belt, maybe some high heels, and the fleshlight. She has it in one of her hand, and she's got a bottle of lube, and she's like, "I think it's ready for us to try this thing out here, big boy." And then, of course, we as men don't need, we just literally just have to just strip naked as fast as we can. Like, there's no putting on outfits or bitch boy Seth might put on an outfit, but
don't bring me into this fantasy, bitch boy. Now, is this your fantasy, Bubba, or is this how it went down?
I think it's my fantasy, but I'm not necessarily sure that it didn't go down. In some of my instances might be somewhat correct.
Because I'm waiting for an objection from Brian, but it seems like he's going along.
I'm just gonna be quiet and listen to the whole thing. I'm gonna listen to his testimony.
So she walks up and she's got the master bedroom dimly lit, maybe a couple of little candles. They've had a few things in wine. They're feeling kind of loose. He told her he's going to watch the draft for a little bit. She went in, took a shower, got all spruced up. Got a little sexy nightie on, maybe some crotchless panties. And then she calls up Seth. She calls up not Seth, obviously.
Yes, that's exactly what she did.
Hey, Stephanie, I'm sorry you have to do this.
She calls up Seth on the phone. He's already passed out on little Sethy's bed because he already got his. So she calls up her husband to, hey, honey, come on up here. I need to show you something. So he's mad because he's going to miss the 5th round of the draft.
I mean, so far, Bubba, it sounds like you were just watching from your office.
and
you nailed it.
You go upstairs, and she actually has the fleshlight unboxed and kind of, ready to go. Maybe she has its labia a little bit, lubed up or something like that. And you're like, whoa. And she says, okay, well, I'm ready. And you just, literally, like I said, us guys, we can be ready to go in about 1.1 seconds. We just tear all of our stuff off. And then she had you lay down on the bed, and she may have given you some pre-fleshlight oral, and then she administered. Well, make sure we're careful in how we describe this, but she administered the Brandy Love Seth Light. I'm sorry, the Brandy.
Wow,
the Brandy.
You put me in the story 4 times.
A lot of Freudian slips here.
I know. You guys, I got so much going on here. She puts she administers the Brandy Love fleshlight. Brian says, back it off a notch because I'm ready to, end the party, and I'd like to, have some real relations with my wife. So, thank you for the fleshlight. It's awesome. I probably could complete, but I'd rather complete with my wife. And then they then make sweet love to completion. But the fleshlight was the appetizer to get Brian where he needed to be. So that's my fantasy, how it went down. Now, over to you. Over to you, Brian, for the real story.
No, you were pretty close. I mean, you weren't too far off. So you had it pretty much up until because the deal was that I would use the fleshlight. So I intended to use it all the way through. And that's what ended up happening.
Now, hold on. You used it all the way through?
Well, no, she used it on me all the way through, and she had her own thing going too.
Oh, so she had like maybe her silver bullet or something like that going?
Yeah.
Her Hitachi.
Her magic wand.
Her Hitachi, if you will.
Yeah.
All right. So she's now. Are you Hitachiing her and she's fleshlighting you, or are you guys just self-serve?
She has got hers on where it needs to be, and then she's administering the
fleshlight,
the light to me.
Right. Now, do you?
I don't like this anymore.
It's so hot that you completed with the fleshlight.
Well, I would. So
you party. I mean, you finished your party with the fleshlight.
I was able to finish the party with the fleshlight.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, was there a round 2, or was that just because when you get our age, round 2 is a little. I mean,
there wasn't. Yeah, it was Friday. It's the end of the week. We're tired.
We're trying to be all that, like we're Supermen. But after we get that first bit of poison out, we're done. I mean, for the most part, we're done.
What'd you do with it when you're done with it?
So that's the part. So here's
that's
what,
the uncomfortable part.
So here's what I'll say about the fleshlight. Definitely better than handling things manually yourself.
Right.
Definitely better than that. Better than your girl handling things manually for you.
Right.
Not as good as
the real thing, obviously.
The real thing, or even the
is oral. OROP ALOP.
Yeah, OROP ALOP.
So OROP ALOP from your girl is above the fleshlight, but outside of that, fleshlight's pretty strong. Comes in a strong third.
It's pretty strong.
So first would be probably intercourse. Second would be OROP ALOP from your significant other, and then the third being the fleshlight administered by your girl.
Right.
There you go. Seth, see
and
what you're
missing? And then fourth
missing?
would be myself doing it, and then fifth would be
yourself doing it raw.
My girl doing it manually.
Yeah.
Because they're just not good at it.
So, Seth, can you see what you missed, buddy? It ranks 3rd in sex.
I'm right.
But here's the thing about it. So it was great. There's nothing more depressing than the cleanup. There's
it's almost like the walk of shame from
You felt
a
like
girl.
a loser, didn't you, Brian?
That part of it, like at least when you're doing it yourself, like so I'm picturing myself as a single guy, kind of a hard up, and I'm needing this.
Can't even get a date on Tinder.
Right. So you're using this for that purpose, right? And so yes, it does feel better for the moment that it's happening, but it's a lot different when you just throw away, a paper towel or wipe something up,
or put your sock in the dirty laundry,
versus having to deconstruct this silicone apparatus and clean it out and watching your stuff fall out of it. And it's a thing, man. It's a thing. The cleanup part of it, if they could eliminate that, then that would be a great thing for me, to use instead of having to do it on my own. But that's the part I can't get over, is the depression that I feel that I felt.
But here's the deal, man. No matter what you do, if you're in that world, if you're playing that game, there's always going to be, a little bit of after the party remorse. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, minimal when it's just, quick and easy, there's nothing, you don't have to look at the crime scene.
You put that bitch in the dishwasher?
Yeah, throw it in the dishwasher.
It's something.
Throw it in the dishwasher.
I can't put it in the dishwasher. You guys know my living situation.
Bubba, you know what I don't understand is he would use that, but he won't use the penis pump.
I didn't say I wouldn't. I never got one bought for me.
By the way, Bubba, we've sold 35 just in the last month.
The penis pumps.
Yes, from the great
I'm
Bubba
telling
Army.
you, man, I used my penis pump. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, while Brian was fleshlighting on Friday, I penis pumped on Friday.
Except instead of
and it was good. It was good as hell.
Well, instead of completing at the end, you take care of it with your woman.
Yeah.
So you don't have that cleanup. Brian.
Yeah. So Brian, here's the deal. If your girl is there, then don't ever end the party in the fleshlight. Always make sure you end the party.
Well, that would be highly recommended, is don't end the party in the fleshlight.
Are you saying that you just didn't have the fleshlight was so good that, you get to that point where, if you stop now, you'll be okay. But if you just go one more revolution, then you're going to go over the edge and you get greedy. No,
it wasn't a matter of getting greedy. I said that I would do it.
But don't all guys agree that you get greedy and you just go one too many revolutions? Yes. If you would have stopped one before it, you could have held it off.
That's right.
But you get greedy, then you get yours, and then you feel real guilty about it. You're like,
those are called the vinegar strokes.
Oh, I didn't know they were called.
It's from the league. It was a show on FX, pretty good, about fantasy football.
Vinegar strokes.
Vinegar strokes.
So that's. If you would stop,
because that's when you're those are the strokes where your eyes start to squint a little, and it's like you just tasted vinegar, like your face looks like.
So, but if you stop immediately, you can usually hold it off.
Yeah.
But if you just go one more revolution, then your party's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
But my goal there was to do it to completion, because that was what I said I would report on. I don't think you can give a fair full report if you didn't get the full experience. Now, cleanup. So we utilize the lube on it, which I think you would have to. I mean, it would be pretty dry otherwise.
You can't go in dry.
But so you have to clean it up either way.
Yeah, because even if it's got, you don't want to just store it with lube.
Oh, it would get gummy.
But I will tell you, man. I've used these before. Dawn. If you soak it in, I don't know if your kid discovers this in the morning, but if you put it in your sink and you run the sink water to like half, so it's half full and it's full of a Dawn hot water mixture, and you just let the vagina sleeve soak in it overnight, that really, really is a nice clean.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But I don't know that you can leave. I don't know that you can leave that apparatus, in your sink overnight.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. And then again,
little Sethy gets up. She's trying to get her Rice Krispies in the morning, and the bowls are in the sink, and she goes to get a bowl, and next thing you know, there's the Brandy Love, guts.
Did you throw it away, Brian?
I hope not.
No, I didn't throw it away.
But you did clean it.
I cleaned it. But the problem I would have with your method, Bubba, is then you've got to be reminded of it in the morning, and you've still got to deal with it. And now you've got to dry it. You can't put it away wet. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on
You know
with
what
the
they should
cleanup
have?
side of it.
You know what they should have is with the brandy, with all these fleshlights, Lemmy, they should have a cleanup deal where like it's got like this little dryer that you wash it and then you hang it over this like this penis-like dryer where it fits completely over this little, and it blows out hot air and dries all the inside. Because you're right, Brian, when you wash it, it's going to be wet while it's going to naturally have to air dry about,
a couple
hours before it's clean, dry. So they need to have like maybe a washing system or something.
Like a little blower, yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
But it also is kind of the cost of doing business.
Yeah. I gotta say, if your choice is nothing or that, then I would take that over nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It would be, and I guess at some point you would get used to the cleanup. For me, it was kind of shocking having to deal with that.
Do we have the Brandy Love fleshlight on our Amazon page, Lummy?
No, I can add that too.
You probably should.
Okay.
So we can get a cut of that deal.
Make sure they have it.
We sold 35 penis pumps alone.
Just this month.
So, Brian, you've not penis pumped yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
And, Seth, you've not penis pumped.
I have not.
Lummy, are you and I I don't
in
think...
this room, yeah.
Yeah, you and I are the only...
One yet, yeah.
I haven't gotten one yet.
I got to tell you, man, I mean, we might want to sit here and think that we're all that. We're all, we don't need any help with our erections. But I got to tell you, this penis pump deal...
It's good.
I mean, listen, I'm pretty transparent. Say it like it is kind of guy. Sometimes the joke is on me, but I'm manly enough and secure enough in my sexuality to tell you that penis pump is pretty good.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it really, really. I mean, Lummy, it's like exercising your penis.
It is. Mike Thurman, 1999.
By the way, love the super chat. Thank you so
Brian's
much.
New girlfriend.
With our nearly 1,100 people on YouTube, our numbers are just growing and growing and growing.
Which is perfect.
The only thing that's not going, you know what? There's only one thing we got going bad.
Dan?
And
what?
No. There's only one bad thing we got going with our business right now.
Yeah.
Cash App.
Oh.
Yep.
Lummy, other than that, we got growth and everything. We did 5 million impressions on Twitter. Are we now not Twitter monetized?
Yes, we are.
Seth took over Instagram. He's trying to get Instagram so that we get monetized. The one social networking platform that we don't look very impressive. Listen, if you're in Twitter and you have over 100,000 followers, that's pretty good. If you're on Facebook and we're going to be near 200,000 here, 250,000 probably in the next 6 months. YouTube, we have over 113,000 subscribers. Lummy, we just, podcasting, we're near the 7 million download mark. Some of Seth's podcasts will do 10,000 downloads a day. We got it all dialed in with the exception of Instagram. That's the one that we've just not kept our eye on and done very well with. Well, F-boy over there has decided to take it over on an incentive basis. And he put up some video yesterday. That's how you build, right? You put good stuff up there because prior to you taking it over, I don't know really what the hell we were even trying to, we forgot Instagram. We would post something on Facebook, we would post something on Twitter, we would post something on YouTube, we would post something on Rumble, we would post something on, TikTok, but we always just never paid attention to Instagram.
How did Anna become in charge of Instagram when she was on a podcast talking about how she just stays off social media because she can't handle it?
Because that's just how...
someone assigned it to
the answer
her.
to that is because the same guy that was, paying attention to the PayPal account. Okay?
Someone assigned it, yes.
So... Yeah, it's like I can't do it all. Anna, you want to do Instagram? I'd love to do Instagram, Papa. I'll build it up. Okay, great.
She didn't post anything, man. I saw when I first got here, there was a solid month and a half between posts.
Well, Seth has taken our Instagram, and our Instagram is, like everything else, at the Bubba Army. And he's trying to make our Instagram relevant. So, Seth, you posted a video of you going to the barber shop yesterday.
Yeah.
But the only bad thing, it seems like, it looks like it was like, what'd you say, 34 minutes long?
Yeah, it was like 38 minutes.
But there's no way for me I don't think Instagram has a fast forward feature.
Oh yeah, they on your phone they do, but I could see why on the desktop they might not.
Why would they not have it on the desktop?
Because they're Instagram and they're stupid.
It's like using Bubba Army HQ. I'm sorry.
That was a dig.
Yeah, it's just kind of a dick move, you know? He's up being a dick on Z100. He's being a dick on Z100.
All right. Motherfuckers.
Whoa.
Nice. That's the way Seth rolls.
Sorry, I was feeling good.
On the south side, right?
How many more of those were you feeling good on?
I don't know.
Beautiful day in the south side of St. Pete.
I'm just trying to.
It was 2 years ago. If you know, you know.
He's so high. Seth is so high right now. I mean, he may not want to publicly admit it, but he is gored out of his mind right now.
Yeah, I'm high.
Look at that before haircut and look at him now. He looks great.
It's Thing of Oz or the Thing of Oz. New podcast coming out 12 today. Let's see.
So this is Rio and Craig's Latin Sons Barbershop, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on?
Now, I got to think, Seth, that you really, really are the man down there now because you got them on this podcast. They got their own T-shirts. Like, I mean, what other customer of theirs has done for them what you have?
They got a bunch of 50-year-old white guys coming in now to their barbershop.
Yeah, now they're
balding
losing
white guys.
Yeah, and now the black guys, all the cool black guys are leaving. Be like, man, that place turned into a white joint, man. I gotta get the hell out of there.
The gentrification of
man, until that Seth guy started coming up in here, this used to be a place for the cool brothers. Now there's a bunch of fat white guys up in here. I'm out of here. I'm going to Tim's, the fade that gets me laid. I'm saying, like, do the boys, like, I mean, they got to really think that you're the man because you're really trying to help their brand and turn them into something.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
It's the same. They treat me the same way they did before we did all this.
They don't care.
Hey,
F boy.
Yeah, it's just like they're happy that they're on the podcast, but it's not anything
they could care less.
I talk way more about it than they do.
She's kids and she's this and she's that.
We're on live. We're on Bubba's Instagram Live.
What's going on?
So is that the waiting room over there?
Yeah.
And then the cutting room's over here?
No, I'm about to flip the camera.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh shit. What's going on? There we go.
That's Craig's spot, and then Rio's to the left.
Yeah, this is a minister. He said he didn't want to be on camera.
Podcast comes out at 12 today. I just figured I'd give the people, a little taste that.
How we look at work.
By the way, Craig is such a funny. He's stiff. Is he not? Like, he doesn't mess around. It's all about business for him, isn't it?
Oh, it's all about business.
If it don't make money, it don't make sense.
I mean,
right?
he gets into it. Like, their guy after me was mad that he had to wait so long, and I guess he made an appointment, and Craig was like getting into it with him, being like, "Dude, you got to wait like everybody else." So I stuck out of there.
Craig don't care.
Yeah.
By the way, these are the two dudes that are part of Seth Operation Pigmentation podcast that's available wherever you get your podcasting, iHeart, Spotify, whatever. Just type in The Bubba Army, and this particular series is called Operation Pigmentation, and they have their own T-shirts now. If you go to our merch store, BubbaArmyMerch.com.
You threw that podcast at the end. It's OPP.
Seth, did they like their T-shirts?
Yes.
Have they worn them yet?
I gave them to them on Tuesday, so they weren't wearing them yesterday, but I'm sure they're going to be.
Oh, there's their straw hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real professional. Tucked in. Only half as high as when they are on the
Craig, you care less.
Podcast. All right. All right, Craig. I'm gonna try to keep this going while you fade me up. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do.
What we gonna do? We're gonna give you a high right, low left.
High right, low left.
Is that? Hold on. He's gonna give Seth a high right, low left. I would be petrified if I sat in that guy's chair and he told me he was gonna give me a high right, low left. I'd be like, what?
Is that what the bitches are into?
You remember that? Gumby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
No.
He wants to give you a Gumby?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna give you what I always give. Just enough haircut for you to get something tonight.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
And by
get something tonight.
no, not tonight.
From the house.
When I get home.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
no,
yeah.
like after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do.
Seth's saying I want such a kick-ass haircut that I want my wife to ravage me when I walk in.
It worked.
Can't do it at night.
Well,
He got it.
I'm
He
too
got
sleepy.
Yeah.
Or you gotta have daytime marital sex. The only problem with that is you gotta do it on top of the covers, missionary only.
Oh, we never made the bed. That's
Craig's telling him what position that he can do and get his deal done.
Yeah,
On top of the covers, missionary only, so you don't mess the bed up. And Seth says, we don't even make the bed, please.
she needs to get on that, right?
You should start making the bed.
See, me and Phoebe, if we dated, that's one of my mandatory rules.
Okay, great. I'll let her know.
like
Making the bed?
Yeah, like that is one of my rules. You know, the merch crick is retired, and she just does my merchandise. So she has, she works hard.
She's
but
retired?
She didn't have a job. She's retired. Yes, she retired.
Oh, okay.
And so
she doesn't have a job. She's doing everything for you.
Her job is to take care of me, and I have always, no matter whether it was Heather or whether it was Nikki, I've always had an understanding with my significant other that I want, when I come home from work, I want the bed made. Like the bed must be made.
Mike Rowe's going to be doing that dirty jobs on being Bubba's girl.
When he comes home, he expects the bed made, lunch pretty close to being done, and then for you to take the edge off for him. Make sure all laundry has been taken care of and the showers have been squeegeed.
So Seth, the first time Bubba had Merch Crick spend the night with him, he told her flat out, he's like, you can stay the night, but you have to clean up in the morning. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Absolutely. You told me you said that. You said that you tell them they can stay the night, but they have to clean up in the morning.
Well, I mean, you maybe do some laundry or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the price they're paying.
I don't know, man. I leave for work at freaking
3 in the morning.
Yeah, I leave for work at like 5, Rio. I mean,
Look at Rio. Rio looks good when he's all dressed up. All right, so anyway,
30.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna go through this whole thing.
Dude, there's some good. I just will
and-
say there's some good stuff in there, Bubba.
Go to our Instagram at the Bubba Army, or this might make Seth mad. I may have Rhett rip this, steal it, and this might be good enough for us to put up on our YouTube and our Facebook, and like we might want to not keep this only on Instagram.
I would make it Instagram exclusive for a week and then move it to YouTube.
There you go. We'll do that, okay? Seth, you good with that?
I'm good with you putting it anywhere. I'm just trying to get Instagram moving. You guys can take anything you want from there. I just think that has laid dormant for way too long.
Yeah, but if they take it from there, Seth, and everybody can get it on another platform, then they're just going to go to that platform they're used to.
How about this? I'll keep it up there exclusive until Monday. I'd like to put it up on YouTube and Facebook on Monday.
Okay.
And Lummy, don't forget, I got a food review that we got to talk about that next.
Yes, you do.
That and the Harvey Weinstein stuff. Now that we have Brian in here,
And then we got Stein at 9:15.
okay, perfect. We got Stein at 9:15.
Yep.
Well, he got his ass kicked by with the transitioning for Palestine or whatever it was.
And then he was at the Las Vegas.
Let me send me these things.
Well, we played the one that he's talking about. Has some cuss words.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir.
I want to have a couple of them.
Yes, sir.
Send me the latest Alex Stein stuff, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We were drunker than Nick Hogan's wife when we put this thing together. BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Because he went to the Vegas thing yesterday, and then he went back to California. He's back in California.
I'll tell you what, Lasker's mugshots. All you got to do is post first. And I think I know what people want. I think you guys want a lot of, behind the scenes stuff, lifestyle content, and that's what I'm going to bring. We're going to have the show clips up there and everything like that, but, that's what I want to use Instagram for. More of just, behind the scenes of everybody's life. What up, Jay Gator? And I think Instagram's very important, so I love working on it. Thank you, Tampa Terry. What up, Hoss? I'm sure Brian would go down there.
On who?
The barbershop.
Oh, absolutely.
What up, Grouper Lips?
I'll go with you next time.
All right.
How often do you go?
Every couple weeks.
Yeah, I can hold out 2 weeks for a haircut.
I was overdue.
Yeah.
But I can go down there. If you any day you want to go down there, I can go down there with you.
Sure.
What's up, Maria? I don't know if I said hi already. Sicilian Redneck. What's up? I think I saw you yesterday on Instagram. You have a similar name, but it's not Sicilian Redneck, but I knew it was you. What up, Brian? Boss. I wouldn't trade one platform for an FM signal. Thank you, Trickney. I appreciate it. The bar was set very low, so anything I do now is going to look strong, but we had Instagram humming last time I worked here. We did a lot of stuff on it.
JK?
I got video of, like, Bubba and Lummy moving the fucking gym equipment. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff on my phone. What up, Bouncer? Bloomin' Onion. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate you tweeting that link out too, man. Anybody that says anything decent about pigmentation gets automatic retweet. You promote it, boom. Yeah, I knew it was you. Yeah, Ramrock? I think it was Ramrock, DZ. Ramrock. I forgot about that, LM. I wanted to leave that part in there. I was scared. They were talking, they were so funny about the Jake Paul stuff, and I wanted to make sure that I was getting it all. Thank you, Bubba fan. I appreciate that. What's up, Nick? Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. I really do. I love that podcast.
Are you guys running at Bubba Raceway Park this weekend, Bubba?
Yes.
Can I come up there camping with Stephanie's best friend?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Brian with the dig.
Did you know that was a joke, Bubba?
Oh no!
Okay, I just.
I'm sorry.
I'll change it, Berto. I'll talk to my Instagram.
God, that was fucking brilliant.
I have an Instagram helper. But yeah, he's actually the man behind the mystery.
He went from strip clubs and mansions to golf carts and pickleball. Welcome back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I did a food review yesterday. That'll be up on our YouTube channel today. I think it's Red, is it usually 5 o'clock?
Yeah, 5.
5 o'clock will be my food review. I did the Portillo's?
Portillo's?
Yeah.
Oh, you went to
Chicago
Portillo's?
base. Yeah.
You took my advice, but didn't. Hold on. Now I'm mad at you, Bubba.
What are you going to do about it, you bitch?
Yeah.
You want to fight?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Brian,
You want to fight?
It wasn't just your
You want to fight?
idea.
I'm going to give you a 2-piece and a side. Is what I'm going to do.
Go ahead, put them up. I'd love to fight
2-piece and a biscuit for you, buddy.
You want to fight? Let's fight.
Let's go. So I text you that and recommending Portillo's and said that I would go with you, and then you don't text me back, and then you go to Portillo's on your own.
He doesn't like going with people. Even Anna asked him. He doesn't want people with him.
No, but here's the deal. Like, I forgot that I even got that text from you.
The one that I sent yesterday while you were talking about where to do your next food review? You forgot about that?
We already had Portillo's in the works.
Come on,
We've been
man.
saying
I
that for
did.
like
It's
6 months,
Brian, it's
Brian.
completely my fault.
Man.
I don't have any explanation for you other than, wow.
I ate a crappy salad yesterday, and I could have had Portillo's with you.
What did you get
And I
there?
would have treated you. So it's your loss, buddy.
What do you get there?
I've never been to Portillo's.
He really wanted to go with Sponge.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out. I was going to buy like 6 items off the menu for him to
You
try.
were going to sit in the back seat with the dog?
That's not how it works.
Yeah, he could have fed. I would have eaten out of his mouth just like Bella.
Bubba, he would have probably doubled your views too. People would go crazy.
Oh man!
Well, are you gonna sit in the back like Bella?
Yeah.
And the merch crick sits to the side and does the recording.
Yeah,
and
you'll have to leave Bella home. I'll be back.
As long as you guys do the Lady and the Tramp with the French fry deal.
Absolutely, I'll do that with Bubba.
Could you imagine Brian in the back of the smart car? I mean, that's just beautiful.
Well, we don't do it. We do it in the Crown Vic.
You do it in the Crown Vic,
right,
of course.
the Crown
yes.
Vic, right?
Yes.
What
I will tell you this, Lump. I got the Italian beef.
Nice. Okay. That's
and
good.
I got it how it came with American cheese.
Nice.
They did put a little too many peppers on it.
Oh, okay.
So I figured peppers were environmentally friendly and that birds eat peppers.
Yeah. the seagulls will
So
get it.
I think that if you throw food out like an onion or a pickle, I don't think that that's really littering, because I think a bird, like there's so many hungry birds here in Florida, like they're gonna get that. That's actually doing something nice.
You're feeding the wildlife.
You're a good guy, Bubba.
Yeah.
I mean, but would you? I mean, like some people would say that's littering, but I really don't think, because you know what? By the time I had left my parking spot, the 2 peppers and I threw 3 things out that were on my sandwich, Lummy. One sweet pepper and 2 big bell peppers. There were just too many peppers, and I threw them out. And by the time I had left, they were already gone. So like I don't even think I mean our birds run on here really hungry. There's a lot of birds, a lot of competition for food,
A lot of homeless birds.
Yeah,
That's right.
so if a bird's flying above USF, his day already sucks. And then oh my God, there's a Portillo's parking lot, and it looks like there's a little pepper laying down the ground.
Boom.
You think birds eat peppers? And do you think that after they eat it, they need to get some water because they got kind of a little bit of a hot beak on them?
Probably.
So I tried the big Italian Lummy, but I will tell you this: I just got the sandwich. I didn't get the shake or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
And it was $10.71.
I tried to treat you, cheapskate.
No, listen, Brian, you and I can start doing food reviews, and you pay for it. But listen,
You just got the sandwich only?
just the Italian, the big Italian beef sandwich alone, $10.71. No fries, no nothing.
Did you get like the large sandwich?
Yeah, I got just the one that was on the menu.
Oh, okay, because they have a regular and a big. The regular is about $8.
Yeah,
and
you got the big.
one's $10.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got the big.
But hey, as long as you enjoyed it.
I did. I did enjoy it, and it'll be up today at 5 o'clock on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel at the Bubba Army. So, Brian, is Weinstein now? It says Harvey Weinstein returns to court in wheelchair. Will face retrial after rape conviction overturned. Now, the New York one, he had 2 situations, one in New York and one out of LA, and I think they were similar.
Yeah,
very similar in the template as to how they were tried. They had these allegations on some real chicks that he messed around with, but then I think where the prosecution messed up is they brought in like 4 or 5 other just kind of like chicks to pad up the deal, and I think when them padding up the deal has where the problem has happened.
Yeah, and if you recall, you probably don't, but when we were discussing the trial while it was going on, I raised this as an issue, and I said that they shouldn't be bringing in unrelated, uncharged acts to prove up the acts that he did. The acts that he did should stand on their own. And that's ultimately what the New York appeals court ruled. It was a 4-3 ruling, but they said essentially that the probative value of going into these uncharged acts, that was outweighed by the prejudicial effect that it could have on the jury, and that's the correct decision here. So
as much of a scumbag and the people, the girls that he actually did, do these sort of things to, the fact that the prosecution just got a little greedy at it and threw a couple extra Susans and Karens in there. That's what screwed up the deal, because I think they had enough just on the girls that he had bona fidely touched, and they had information on. I think they had a slam dunk deal just on that.
Yeah, no, they had him dead to rights, and he already got 18 years for essentially the same thing out in California. He probably would have been convicted in New York, without the extra uncharged testimony, and so that they'll have to retry him. And
will they retry him?
Yes, they've announced that they will retry him, because this is good for the prosecutor wants this. This is attention for them.
Right. This isn't just like some businessman that has a pressure washing system in San Jose that got wrongfully charged. This is Harvey Weinstein. So even the second trial in itself is sexy for a prosecuting attorney, because especially if you know that you have enough data, had you not padded up the bill a little bit, just the data that you do have, you're going to get them.
Right. And that's why you got to be careful as a prosecutor not to overreach.
He's probably not feeling, he knows this and his attorneys know this, so he's probably as happy as we think that Weinstein probably is. He probably still knows that he's in trouble, does he not?
Oh,
I think he's still being.
He's in a hospital right now. He's not doing well from a health perspective. He may not survive through the trial. The retrial.
That would be if you were facing this kind of deal where you're going to do hard time, or you could just be in the hospital and die quietly in your sleep. I would just tell the nurse at night, man, give me some of that kill me juice at night, and let me just kill me tonight, please, in my sleep.
Yeah.
Listen, he's not going to go on and lead a productive life. Look at him. He's frail. He's barely making it now.
Oh, that's all an act.
Okay.
I got to imagine some of it is an act. I don't think he's as frail as he's letting himself on to be.
It said despite his conviction being overturned, Weinstein has remained in jail. He was transferred from the Mohawk Correctional Facility in upstate New York to Manhattan. So he went to Rikers Island on Saturday. Ahead of his Wednesday appearance. Upon arrival, Weinstein was hospitalized, and his diagnosis was not disclosed. See, he wasn't in the really hardcore rock Rikers Island deal.
No, that's where they hold him while that's like just pretty much where they hold him. But then, he gets to go to upstate New York.
He's not like in his big mansion in L.A. with a bathrobe right now reading the newspaper.
No, he's in a hospital bed, just
probably
chilling.
Handcuffed.
Yeah, probably handcuffed to the bed, just chilling.
Weinstein is likely to remain incarcerated since he was convicted by a Los Angeles court for an additional sexual assault charges. Weinstein pled not guilty, but was found guilty on 3 charges of rape and assault with a judge, sentencing him in February 2023 to an additional 16 years. So isn't he got like 35 years total?
Well, he did, but now that 16's off, so if he can just make it to 90, he'll be a free man.
but now, Brian, they got it overturned in New York. Do the New York guys, do the New York prosecuting attorneys come back with okay, we saw what got overturned. Now we basically have been given a template on what we did wrong. Let's redo this without including those factors, or do you just let him go? I think you retry this guy, don't you?
His California sentence, if it was carried out all the way, would end when he's 90. So those extra 16 years, takes him to 106. I think in this case you do retry him with the evidence that you have, because it's an egregious crime. It's rape. We're not talking about.
And practically all of your work's been done for you already. You just know what to keep out, right? you know, you have all this testimony. You don't have to redo it. You just got to go through the file again.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you retry him because of the severity of the crimes of which he's accused.
That and he's a public figure, and it looks good. It looks good as a prosecuting attorney to say that, yeah, just when Harvey Weinstein, got me on an appellate issue, I went back to court and got 10 years on him. So he's still, the dirty bastard's still in prison. Because you don't want him out free on your tab, right?
Dirty bastard.
You don't want, hey, I saw Harvey Weinstein this weekend at the ice cream store. Yeah, that prosecutor didn't retry him. Let him out, son of a bitch. I'm not going to vote for him. Good for nothing. That's how people think, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they want people to have to pay for their crimes. Harvey Weinstein. I mean, just because we added 3 extra chicks in there that he really didn't have much to do with. And
he had stuff to do with them. They just didn't charge him on those, probably because statute of limitations or some other issues.
All right, so you just keep those out. When in doubt, keep it out.
That's right. That's the smarter way to go if you're a prosecutor. They overreached here. They get what they deserve. They have to redo their job.
If they took all his money and they set him free, do you think that he would be able to have a decent life, or do you think he would, like, everybody that ever knew him would just ignore him?
He'd be a pariah.
I'm just wondering how bad. Like, I'm just wondering if they let him go. Like, if he would suffer in the outside world. Because it seems like he would.
Here's what I think would have to be worried of is all this goes civil, right, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now all these ladies go civil on you, and tie you up, and any attorney will be like, listen, he's already been convicted. He got basically a technicality on an overturn. But a court has already found him guilty of violating this particular girl. Man, Brian, you sign that girl up so fast and take this guy into civil court so fast, almost all your work's done for you. Isn't that almost classic civil 101? As if a person gets in trouble criminally and they have any money, or it's a corporation or something like that, you immediately go civil because the criminal system did the majority of the invest for you?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he's already been convicted at a higher standard, which is criminally.
At a higher standard.
Yeah.
You just call up the DA. Hey, can I get the file on that? Can you send me the box? The box. How many boxes?
Well,
would
the
that
conviction
be,
is admissible in that situation because he's already been convicted criminally of the crime, so that's admissible in the court.
Yeah.
So it's a slam dunk on the civil side.
You're breaking speed limit laws to get to that girl and sign her up. Are you not?
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh yeah. I want that
got,
case.
He's still got a lot of money.
Yankee Jib, $10 super chat.
Is Columbia University ever gonna settle down and just chill out?
Well,
and,
you saw
and,
that
and,
shit,
hold on,
right?
and realize that us Americans, that you people in Columbia are living in your own little bubble, that nobody really cares about any of this nonsense, and all you universities.
No, Hamas is calling a ceasefire now because of the protests.
Yeah.
Who's running for Congress in New York and is a retired New York police officer? 2 hats we can touch upon here. Let's start with the NYPD hat. How is the NYPD trained to deal with protests like this? Because
now, where's the president of Columbia University's stance on this?
She sent a letter on Tuesday afternoon requesting the NYPD's help and continued presence through May 17th to eliminate the people that took over this building or have them arrested, and to clear the encampment that was formed, and then to remain and have a presence through May 17th. That
you
was
mean what
her
she
request.
should have done 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, what she probably shouldn't have let it get this far.
Well, Bubba, you saw that chick that was saying about how they want food and everything now, right?
Yeah,
I sent it to you on your Twitter.
They
too,
have a
just
whole
in
list
case.
of demands.
Okay, so let me resend it to
I
me.
just did on your messenger.
On my
Vegan
messenger? Okay.
food was on
Oh,
there.
that was for UCLA.
I actually tweeted this, and this chick, I was like, "Listen, bitch,
she's the dumbest.
Just go to the school cafeteria. If you've paid for meal plans." Listen, I went to college for a couple of years, flunked out, but I think for all of us that went to a college campus and stayed on campus at the student housing, this is how it goes.
You get cafeteria food.
Usually within your student housing, there's like 3 or 4 buildings, and they're built around the middle. And the way it used to be, Lummy, is like the middle, the one building that kept all the 4 buildings. The common area amongst all 4 buildings was the cafeteria.
Correct, and they still have that.
And you go down there, and you had mom and dad bought you a meal plan. 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day, 1 meal a day, whatever. Comes in different deals, and they actually have pretty damn good food.
They do.
They actually have college food. They call it the freshman 15.
Yeah.
Because the food's so good, and you can get about as much of it as you want, and you gain weight. Well, these people here in Columbia were like, well, we've broken into a couple buildings, and we're hungry.
Well,
bitch,
the
to
problem
get
is
the hell out of the buildings and go to the cafeteria and use your meal ticket plan. That we're not bringing the cafeteria to you because you've broken into some buildings.
Well, the problem is that 70% of the protesters aren't students, so they're hungry.
Isn't this lady like isn't she like an HR director for a Fortune 500 company?
Yeah, I heard that this girl here is not even a student.
No, she's not a student.
And she does work in the private sector.
Well, she
I didn't see
worked probably at this point. I can't imagine her career is going to be waiting for her after this.
Here we go. And this dumb bitch right here. You supposedly work for a Fortune 500 company. I got to think that maybe you got a pretty good job. You're probably going to lose your job. You look like an idiot. For what?
For Hamas.
For what? Do you think Hamas cares about you? Do you think that anybody in Palestine... Have you ever been...
I would be clear on this. I don't think that these, and it is maybe a distinction without difference here, but these protesters are not necessarily supporting Hamas.
No, Palestine.
They're the Palestinian victims of Hamas's
Here's my 3 questions
tyranny.
for this bitch. 1, are you Palestinian? 2, do you know anybody in Palestine? 3, have you ever been to Palestine? 4, do you have any plans on being in Palestine?
That's the most important question.
So I'm saying there's probably some people that don't have. They're 0 for 4. They ain't got no dog in this fight. They just want to wear a stupid ass headband, a mask, and break windows and not go to school. That's what the majority of these people are, or they're not even students of Columbia. They're just a bunch of losers from nearby that are coming in and some people say they're being paid by George Soros and of course there's all types of that kind of stuff. But I mean, this bitch, you've probably just ruined your life.
Don't you think it's
for what?
Don't you think it's funny that all of these people, whether it's UCLA or Columbia, that they're begging for food and they're begging for all these supplies while they protest? Wouldn't you want that stuff to be sent to Gaza and all that? So
you would think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking I would want money and all that spent on the people that I'm protesting for, and maybe not necessarily me. But I don't know. I'm not a protester.
Why should the university be obligated to provide food to people who've taken over a building?
Yeah, great question. The reporter goes, why do you think it's the university's responsibility to bring food to students that have violently taken over a building? Like, we're supposed to bring the cafeteria to you?
Yeah.
When really you could just be like, hey, everybody in this building that's in here illegally protesting for Palestine, lunch, it's 11:30, and lunch is from 11:30 to 2. So down there at, Jones Cafeteria, which is just 2 buildings down, if you got a meal ticket plan through Columbia, go ahead. I know you're hungry and everything, but that's going to require you to unlock arms with some unknown weirdo that you don't know and get your ass on down there responsibly, leaving this building, you loser.
Well, first of all, we're saying that they're obligated to provide food to students who pay for a meal plan here.
And they are providing it in the cafeteria where you get your meal.
Right.
They're not obligated to deliver food to terrorists that are taking over their university.
Columbia University has not issued any type of press release that says we're done serving food for all students. No,
Well, her big argument,
we
though,
serve
is-
our food in our cafeteria for our students who have meal plans.
Well, her argument too is that she wanted safety so they could leave, go get food, and then come back.
There was a request that food and water be brought in, unless I misunderstood.
To allow it to be brought in, I guess it's ultimately a question of what kind of community and obligation Columbia feels it has to its students.
Yeah, what type of obligation do we have? You just broke into one of our buildings. You're holding one of our entire buildings hostage as your little headquarters here, and we are obligated to make sure that you're properly fed?
Well, it's pretty
What do you
easy.
think, we're a bunch of suckers?
Anybody who's identified in there is no longer a student at Columbia, so they're not our responsibility.
Good, then let's send the cops in there, clean them out.
Exactly.
Be done with it.
They're all expelled.
Do you want students to die of dehydration and starvation or get severely ill, even if they disagree?
Here's the thing. If a student would die of dehydration or severely ill, and there's medical facilities and a cafeteria just right across the walkway, like 50 steps from where you are now, But in order to get that, you have to walk out of the building that you're protesting in and go to said cafeteria and or medical facility. Like, can you get any dumber? Can you make yourself look any stupider? Anybody that was on the fringe of possibly, like, maybe believe in your nonsense. I mean, you look like the dumbest bitch ever. This might be the dumbest bitch in America.
With you, if the answer is no, then you should allow basic. I mean, it's crazy to say because we're on an Ivy League campus, but this is like basic humanitarian aid we're asking for.
Humanitarian
like, could people please
aid.
have a glass of water.
This is such a slap in the face to the Palestinians for her to say that they're looking for basic humanitarian aid. Nobody is forcing them to be where they are. They aren't being bombed. They're not being threatened with anything.
They don't got to worry about the Iron Dome. They got to worry about nothing.
They're making an active choice to break the law and to go against the rules of the university, and they need to pay and suffer the consequences of their own choices.
And the majority of these people don't even know what the hell they're protesting for. They don't even know. I
wouldn't say that it's the majority. I would say that there's a faction of this that's just going along with it, but that doesn't understand it. But I would say the majority of the people involved in this know what they're mad about.
Very deliberately in that situation and in that position. So it seems like you're sort of saying, we want to be revolutionaries, we want to take over this building, now would you please bring us food and water? And
Nobody's asking them to bring anything. We're asking them to not violently stop us from bringing
Hold
in.
on. No, don't violently. I think
she was asking for them to bring something.
They were.
Yeah,
Now she's changed. She realizes
Right.
her position is pretty dumb.
Right.
And so now she's pivoting.
Right. And nobody is violently, like, if you or ordered Uber Eats or had somebody bring you a cooler, a Yeti full of Gatorade. I don't think that those people are getting tackled and handcuffed and not allowed to bring you supplies. I don't think so.
They want to be. They want to be martyrs so badly.
Right.
There's some sort of void in all their lives.
Please handcuff me, please.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking them to bring anything. We're asking them to not violently stop us from bringing in basic humanitarian aid.
They're stopping the delivery of food.
We are looking for a commitment from them that they will not.
They haven't even tried.
Yeah.
They haven't even tried to bring in any food or water yet. They're looking to make sure that if they do try to bring it in, nobody will be stopped or arrested.
What she just said is, no, we've not been stopped, but we'd like to have a conversation with the university saying that it's okay. You don't have to have a conversation with me to bring in water. Bring in all the water you want, bitch. Don't turn this around on me.
Stopping the delivery of food.
We are looking for a commitment from them that they will not stop it
But
violently.
they haven't stopped it yet.
I don't know to what extent it has been attempted, but we're looking for.
If I'm the guys that are in the building protesting, I'm like, we need to throw this spokesperson right on out.
Yeah, she's not very good at her
This bitch
job.
really messed it up.
I sent you the UCLA demand, like what they want.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We'll do that next, okay?
All right.
Holy shit, a lot of people have worked here. Glad we built BubbaArmyHQ.com for all the PTSD memories.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
On your thing from the Twitter, the 3 links above.
Hey, Seth, Operation Pigmentation Podcast, OPP. Yeah, you know me.
That could be the next shirt.
Yeah.
Operation Pigmentation Podcast.
You down with OPP?
I mean, I like it.
That should be your guys' intro music to
We
the
actually,
podcast.
we actually just talked about OPP. We were actually talked about them on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Because they were saying, are there any rappers that are scary these days? And I was like, Trex from Naughty by Nature was scary. They're like, are you scared of any rappers? I'm like, not really. But I was like, they were scarier back then.
His name is Meek Mill. That's not a name that instills fear.
Well,
the Meek.
not with what Meek's been accused of.
Like who's the killer guy? Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. He's a big dude too.
He's cool, yeah.
But he's cool. Like he's not a killer.
Yeah, no.
But his name's Killer Mike because he kills with his raps.
That's right. And
He slays.
Outkast discovered him.
Good morning, John Kostika from Indiana, Valpo's finest. How you doing, buddy? Just a reminder to everybody, Seth and I have our very big break coming.
Today?
No, it's not going to be today. We didn't get all the spots sold yet because this is $150 a copy, so it's a little more expensive than the usual break. But you're guaranteed 7 autographs and or relic cards, some autograph relics, rookie player patch jerseys, things like that. So, and it's football, two boxes of football, 1 box of basketball, 2 boxes of baseball, with 1 first off the line that has guaranteed hits number 20 or less. So, really, really cool break. Good value. It's actually below retail. We were able to piece this together through various offers to make it very affordable. One of these boxes alone usually sells for $200. Nick, I think there's 2 spots left, Nick. You'll have to get with Seth, but I think 3 are spoken for. There's 2 remaining. And it probably won't be until, it definitely won't be until next Thursday at the earliest that we do it. So you got time. Just reach out to Seth. He's the one coordinating the spots.
Well, it's important to understand that making an arrest by someone who doesn't want to be arrested is never going to be a pretty sight. It never looks easy, and it's not easy. But the NYPD are some of the highest trained, most skilled law enforcement in the country, and we are quite adept, or at this point, I guess they are quite adept at effecting arrests, mass incidents, without further incident. NYPD is professional. It's led by some of the greatest leaders in the world, and they will be able to go in and skillfully
White cherry Gatorade is in.
That's to suffer.
and stop these protesters by arresting those criminals that need to be attacked.
Yo, how about those frat bros?
Yeah, protecting the flag.
Did you see that they raised like $100,000 to send the frat bros on a party?
I mean, that's pretty fucking stupid. Like, what a terrible fucking fundraiser.
Well,
how about raise $100,000? I don't know, to support some charitable cause, not frat boys on a trip.
Well, they supported America.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fucking cool they're having a rager.
That's right.
I mean,
Maybe get some other frat
Brian
bros
said
to
he'd rather
support.
spend $100K on more pocket pussies.
Come on, Brian.
No, I'm just saying there's better use of that
Support
money.
America.
There's people, there's kids that need cancer treatment.
There's
Oh God, Brian, there's veterans on the
fuck them
street.
kids.
veterans on the street. Very, very good point.
Your brother's
You want
the guy that
to
wants-
support the America. What would those frat boys want? If they stood at that flag, would they rather have a rager or would they rather get 4 vets off the street?
They're going to give us a tunnel for
rager.
Tunnel for power. Okay.
What?
They're doing this tunnel for power.
What the fuck is Tunnels for Power?
Tunnels for power. It's a charity that builds all the homes and the.
The only man who cheated on the woman that wiped his ass.
That's gross. I love it.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Again, the Bubba the Love Sponge Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com. We all carry around, different stressors in life, big or small, and you get them all bottled up and it starts affecting you negatively. Therapy is a safe place to get things off your chest and try to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time, no additional charge. It's very simple. Get it off your chest, my friend, with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com
/BTLS.
Get 10% off your first month. That's BETTER, BetterHelp, HELP.com.
/BTLS.
Alex Stein, probably about what, 9:15, 9:20?
Yeah.
Lummy, this is what the pro-Palestinian people that are in UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. Pretty damn good school.
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
I mean, Brian, if you got a degree from UCLA, is that what's more prestigious, UCLA or USC?
They're both right there with each other. USC is the private one, UCLA is public, but but they're right there with each other.
How about Stanford? Is that a whole nother level?
Stanford's another level. Yeah, they're above both of those.
Like, so within California, would it be, Stanford, USC as far as prestigiousness?
Academically, probably close to that. Somewhere along those lines.
That's tough. Like, what's better, Florida or Florida State?
I mean, Florida is way better.
Is it? Okay.
Academically,
Is it for real?
it's significantly better.
Yeah.
USF is about to pass Florida State academically.
Really?
Yeah. USF's going to be the number 2 university in the state. They're AAU. They got AAU admission, which is Florida State does not. Which is the American Academy of Universities or something like that, which is for research institutions and it's invitation only. It's the top universities in the country.
Well, these are what the pro-Palestinian protesters of UCLA have sent the college that they're demanding that they need.
What's their writer?
I thought a protest was just bring what you got. Hopefully somebody brings a mega horn. So hopefully if somebody brings a couple pieces of cardboard and some magic markers. Okay, somebody's going to bring some Palestinian headdress. Some people's going to bring some masks. Now
bring the rhymes. I think
now the university has to give you materials in order to protest.
I would imagine most people know how to pack a snack and, some water for an event like this, but
this generation doesn't.
No, they're like, hey, we want to protest on your property. Now give us the stuff to protest, please, because we're too lazy to go to Home Depot.
Can you guys let Uber deliver us our supplies?
Can you hold on? Let me just tell you some of the demands that these stupid ass college UCLA people want.
We need more plywood.
First of all, we'd like to have some headlamps. And then we'd like some airsoft goggles. And then we'd like to have some gas masks and respirators. We'd like some skater helmets, some shields, some wood for barrier.
Shields, like this is Game of Thrones.
We need knee and elbow pads. We need rain pouches, canopies, utility gloves without reinforced knuckles for various sizes, especially small hands.
Small hands, nice.
We need super bright flashlights with strobe that has chargers. We need umbrellas. We need some EpiPens, some non-steroid inhalers, some headlamps, some organizational bins. We'd like to have some hot food for lunch. That's important. We'd like some vegan food, some gluten-free food, some ice. That's what we want. We want all of that stuff, okay? Now, here's what we do not want. Do not send this stuff, okay? Because we don't want it. No packaged food, no coffee, no bagels, no bananas, and no nuts. Okay?
Jeez.
Okay.
So here's what I would.
What a bunch of pussies!
I would give them. I would helicopter in a gigantic box. Tell them that I'm going to give them the supplies. Let us helicopter it in, drop it off, and inside would be the SWAT team.
Yeah. I would just hold on. Remember that movie? Remember the movie Troy, where all the guys were
the
inside
Trojan horse. Yeah, the Trojan horse.
You bring this big box on wheels, right? And you're like, listen, inside this box. We're going to open it up as soon as we get to where you guys are hanging out. That's all. Everything that you wanted's in there. 2 of everything. 100 of everything.
That's right.
And then the box opens up and it looks like the boys storming the beaches of Normandy, right?
Yep.
This guy here, I love this guy. This guy's from UCLA, and does
he bust through?
No, as these pro-Palestinian people were out protesting, he went and
look what they built, Bubba. Look at what they got going on there.
He bought this really big speaker and was playing Jewish lullabies at bedtime. This guy's the best. Watch, check this out. Like these are Jewish kid songs, like Baby Shark. This is the Jewish version of. This is the Israeli
like Hebrew.
Yeah, this is Hebrew, like nursery rhyme stuff.
Great name for a coffee company, by the way.
Now, see, if you're really Palestinian, then you would know that this is offensive, and this would really be getting you all that.
I don't think everybody there is saying that they're Palestinian, Bubba.
No, that's what I'm trying to say is that most people don't even know what they're listening to. So if you really knew what you were listening to, then you probably would know the cause that you're standing for, correct? You probably would know Hebrew.
I don't know
really,
that. I don't know that protesting your perceived treatment of people in Palestine requires you to learn a new language.
Man, look at that! Look at all that they've built. All this stuff to the left.
What a scene, man! This is crazy.
They built a city within a city.
Hey, you know how we can get rich? How? We start off, protester junk removal service, and we just come in with these, like the average Joe's got those big, trailers, those big dump trailers.
Yeah.
And so after this is going to go away here in the next couple days, and you go into the university, be like, hey, listen, for for $5,000, we'll come and clean that whole area up.
Perfect.
Lummy and Rhett, you guys get all this. I'm going to go lay down in the RV.
You guys can use, first of all, get a hold of Joe and use his dump trailer.
Big Red, I need you to come down here.
And then I need you guys to go do it all and then give me half the money, okay?
Yep. It's a good deal.
I got to think, Brian, they're gonna want to pay somebody to get all that stuff out of there. These protesters just aren't going to leave and clean up nicely.
It's a bad day to be on the UCLA janitorial staff.
Seth's like, I heard this at my bar mitzvah. Hold on. The people that are pro-Palestinian are actually, jiving to it. Look.
It's got a good beat.
That right there is the screenshot of patheticness.
Would they go underground? Would they go underground with Hamas for 1 minute?
No.
Say how they felt?
There isn't a person that's protesting in America that could hang with Hamas. Please, Hamas cuts people's heads off and comes in on fan parachute fan.
Hang gliders or paragliders.
Yeah, that was the Hamas Air Force, baby.
Yeah, that's the Hamas Air Force. If you're not willing to get on one of those hang gliders, you're not really Hamas.
By the way, no one's ever going to forgive student loans again.
No kidding.
I don't think America is ever going to look at college students the same.
No.
Well, Bubba,
as soon as you say you're a college student, the average guy like me thinks of, you know what, you're one of those little wise asses that was probably protesting, you little son of a bitch. I hate you.
Well, but
Thank God Pepe is graduating Friday and he's out of the deal.
Good thing that you hold like 0.1% of the people responsible for the other 99.9.
Well, Bubba, one reason I sent you the USF pro because of the mug shots, just to the humanity that was arrested at USF.
Sorry, which one did you send me?
The 10 USF arrests they made. One's like an 80-year-old dude.
Right one like a 39-year-old guy?
If you scroll down the mug shots, I mean, look at those.
All right, so these are the people they arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them look like. I mean, I don't know.
One of them looks like Lummy a little bit, but the rest of them.
This guy right here looks like Lummy.
Yeah.
Right. This guy right here is Lummy.
Yeah, that's Lummy all day.
Look at these people. Are they even are they even students?
Some of them.
All right, so Adnan Inaman, 20, unlawfully assembly, trespass on property other than structure of blah blah blah. Anus, that is Anas, Khalil Jamal, Atah Atman, Bailey Wagner.
Bailey Wagner? What happened to Bailey?
I don't know. Cameron Presse, Daniel Powell.
Presley, dude.
Is it no? There's no L in there.
There's no L?
Yeah, say you're sorry immediately.
You're sorry.
You try to make me look stupid, and I said it correctly. There's no L in there. Pressey. Pressey. Little bitch.
Daniel Powell.
Jake Gefton. Leonardo Tilly or Talia. And Sarah Falls. None of those people. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Sarah Falls.
Sarah Falls.
Go get your OnlyFans going.
Your poor dad just probably like lays carpet for a living, real hardworking dude, and busts his ass for you to go to USF. I mean, what's USF tuition now? In-state tuition, $25,000 a year.
And you're out there getting arrested with Anus Presley.
Right. The hell out of here.
Do you think if Ron DeSantis was running for president that he'd be
Moon, who spoke with
personally yoking them up at USF?
I mean, USF did it. USF didn't play around.
No, I know.
They were there less than a day.
USF threw some tear gas down and then started arresting.
Well, technically, that is
the
DeSantis
student
law,
who organized that pro-Palestinian protest. Evan spoke with her just hours after police made those arrests on campus there. And let's go live to Evan now.
This is the woman that organized it all, supposedly?
Actually, at the Hillsborough County Jail, where the people who were arrested were taken. What do we know about any charges or when they might be released?
Yeah, that's right. Those 10 people were taken here after they were arrested to the Hillsborough County Jail.
Listen, sweetheart, hold your mic up.
Yeah.
At least stop trying to be like your Bob Barker and you're cool. Okay?
Her posture's terrible. She's fidgety.
Yeah, exactly.
She is cute.
She's cute, but you need your mic up so you can get logo placement between the boobs. Quit acting like you're a cool guy. You're holding your microphone like you're Wayne Newton way down low, please.
But for the last couple of hours, friends and fellow protesters have actually been gathering here outside of the jail demanding their release, waiting until they're released. They say they'll stay here.
Dear protesters, the last place you want to actually protest is the jail because they're not letting anybody out. You have a 0% success rate there.
Yep.
Please.
All night. We're told, though, that a few people might be here until tomorrow morning. Now, as you said, one of the girls here is Victoria Hinckley. She was the student organizer for this afternoon's pro-Palestine protest at the university. We spoke with her just an hour after arrests were made.
There you go. That's
claims the protest was peaceful before the situation became violent and tells me she doesn't know why her friends were apprehended.
There's Lummy.
I think it was peaceful. We were chanting. We had speeches. We even had games. People were eating. My first thought was, this is absolutely ridiculous. We weren't escalating anything like that. We were staying in one place on campus that is a free speech protected zone. In fact, we've actually been told by admin that anywhere on campus.
Do you think that her tuition has been canceled and she's no longer a student?
I don't know, but I know that this this stems from the group that was involved in organizing this, Students Against something.
Yeah, it's a Democratic organization or something.
Yeah, it's like SAD or something like that. They were
it's SAD, all right.
They had an event at USF and violated policy, and so USF said they were no longer allowed to hold events in this area.
So their group was already on super secret probation.
Yes, and then they were given warnings to disperse, multiple warnings to disperse. They were told they had until 5 or 5:15 to get out of the area. There was actually a time
they gave them, 5 o'clock.
It was 5 o'clock.
Yeah, they gave them a time, and once they exceeded that, they warned them again, and then they started to disperse the crowd.
Free speech zone, it's MLK Plaza, and that's the most protected free speech zone on campus.
Oh, so she's been suspended and trespassed
Victoria
from the
tells me
campus.
she's angry and disheartened by how she and others were treated by the university and campus police. Now, I still want.
They should have the football team out there start practicing, blocking and stuff, right?
Yeah. So
Tackling.
by the way, Bubba, she was supposed to graduate on Saturday.
Yeah.
And now she can't because they suspended her and trespassed her.
Pepe graduates on Friday.
See, Pepe's smart.
Yes.
Pepe
involved.
Pepe, by the way, Merch Crick has been on the phone telling Pepe, do not even, I don't even want you walking by these protests. Do you hear me? You're almost done. Friday.
Wait, what does she think is going to happen?
No, she didn't know. She's just letting him know. Stay away from this stuff.
Is she a down with Israel kind of guy?
No.
Okay. She said if I even smell Baba Ganoush on you, you're in trouble.
The sheriff's office and the university have both said things were not peaceful when the riot police were sent in to disperse the group around 5 p.m. According to the sheriff's office, protesters were threatening police, some who may have been armed with shields.
Now, Brian, if you were just standing there and you were not doing nothing, and as they started arresting people, you just started walking away, like going to your car, I don't think they're going to mess with you, are they?
I mean, they only arrested 10 people out of the 50 or 100 or so that were out there. So
40 did the right thing and got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And weapons. Now, as I said, Victoria.
I mean, I'm telling you, if you and I are protesting,
what are you chomping on?
Some Bucky's beef jerky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, seems like a tough chew.
Yeah. This segment's brought to you by Buffy's Beef Jerky. Buffy? Who?
I could tell Bubba's
Yes,
really
Bubba.
trying to get through that. It didn't seem easy.
I'm trying to give him some time right
So
now.
listen, Lummy, if you and I are protesting.
Yep.
And they're like, I'm like, from the river to the sea, Palestine's for me.
Palestine for free, yay!
And they go and yoke up you, Lummy.
Yes.
But they got like 10 guys, and after they get done with you, they're coming for me.
I wouldn't name you.
I'm just walking away.
Oh, okay.
I'll be like, Lummy, I'll see you later.
All right.
And then I'm going to my car. And I don't think they're going to arrest you. Listen, I think we saw you at that I think we saw you there earlier, but you're calmly getting in your car.
Well, we're pretty certain.
I think, Brian, they let you go at that point.
I mean, you kind of identify yourself. There's Bubba Army all over that car.
Other fellow protesters are here outside the jail waiting for updates for when their fellow protesters.
Her posture and her
awful.
Yeah, she's awful.
So, Bubba, we have a switch.
Will be
on our
released.
guest
We're
today.
told it could be many more hours, some not until tomorrow morning. Chris.
Evan Moon live tonight at the.
What's the switch? I got to go into words. Give me
The great Shannon Burke is going to be on our normal Thursdays.
Did you kick Shannon off? I mean,
Alex Stein will be tomorrow.
Fantastic. Shannon's next?
Yes.
All right.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
Get to get his take on Tuttle's appearance.
No, it's not. I didn't bring that up, Bubba.
Come on, man. How can we not?
That was
I just don't. Because he's gonna say because it's gonna be bad, and I don't want to get him.
I don't know it's gonna be bad.
I don't want to irritate him.
He may be in a good mood.
He's not gonna be in a good mood about it.
What up, Lunger? No, he'll be in a good mood about it.
I'm
No,
sure
he won't.
is. Shannon.
No, he won't.
Shando, buddy, it's me, Babyface. Just be in a good mood about it, okay? Work with us, kid. Learn how to work at Shannon Burkett. You know what I'm saying?
Don't. Shannon's the PD. Don't tell him to be anyway. You let him be any way he wants.
He's the PD, but I'm the BD, so.
We'll ask him about it. He's cool.
God, I love Megyn Kelly.
Oh yeah, she said no pretty people are protesting.
Well, I'd
right?
like to see her without makeup.
We got you, buddy. We got you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, buddy?
Loud and clear.
We're asking you to please be nice about Tuttle.
All right.
No, I told the boys not to even bring the topic up, but they're insisting, and I'm like, I wouldn't even bring it up if I was you.
I won't be ridiculous.
I won't be ridiculous.
I won't be ridiculous. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
It was a great line. I won't be ridiculous.
Okay, or he's so afraid that he has no chance in radio because you hate him.
He's so afraid of that?
Yeah.
Like I got his career.
No, but because I positioned it as that. That's the way it is.
He called you Shannon Weinstein.
Fucking Brian? Fucker?
Oh yeah, I told him his continuing on the program is contingent upon your approval.
Ah.
Yeah, all right. I heard it. I listened.
Can I pick anybody else?
Yeah, and you said it sucked.
I didn't see any value in him. Wednesday. I mean.
All right, hold on. We'll get into this. We'll get into this. I want to organically get into this because we're wasting good organic gimmick.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
What up, Rick? No, I didn't practice it last night. What's up, Tina? I appreciate you coming to my defense on Instagram. I like that shirt, Berto. Where's the crackheads at?
Brian, I'm so bummed out over my fucking Cash App, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awful, man.
Can you send a letter?
I'll send a letter.
They're not going to do anything.
Have you asked? So are you dealing? Is there like app support that you're dealing with, or is it just general support?
Both.
Yeah. Have you reached out through any online mechanism via Twitter, let's say?
Yeah.
And They couldn't help you?
Everything is go pack sand, go to our app.
All right. Well, we'll get the board. I'll get you the. I'll try and find the board of directors' emails, and we'll send them.
Okay.
Not from me, from you.
No, of course. But
Yeah. Of course, I'll write the email.
Something drafted very smartly by you.
Of course.
What up, James?
Dan.
Yeah, the haters got me yesterday, man. It's all good.
Well, maybe they got you, buddy.
How does it go?
Sure, listen.
You get the fucking app fixed. That's what you do. First, he always has 3.
They got me yesterday. It bothered me.
You never just list 2 things. You always list 3.
I'm normally very unaffected by that stuff. What's up, Havoc?
Number 1 is you fix your fucking app. Number 2 is you train your people better so that they know how to fix your fucking app. And number 3 is you refund Bubba his money plus all the money he was going to get with interest.
Boom.
What are we talking about here?
I'm just pretending if I was Dan talking to
I was saying
Cash
have
App.
Dan and Babyface write a letter who's did better, and Babyface was doing Dan's.
Damn right, Zeus. I'm trying, Bubba Army for life. It's not hard. I just want to make everybody happy.
That is hard. It's impossible. You can't make everybody happy.
That's true.
If you can't please everyone, I say please no one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Not even myself.
No. Everybody suffers.
I'm
Either
gonna be
all of you will
miserable.
like it or no one will.
All right, here we go. Hurry up.
12 seconds, Shannon. Last audible warning. 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. The manliest alpha man that wears women's deodorant. Welcome back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, do you think Shannon Burke's going to want to... Shannon, are you familiar with my new fragrance?
Pub Army Alpha.
Shannon Burke.
Alpha 24.
Shannon Burke.
He's feeding his fish.
Watch your stop.
Shannon Burke, we're on the air.
Yo.
That's very unprofessional, feeding your fish. We're live on the air for like 7 seconds. You want to talk about how bad Tuttle was? I mean, you can't even be on time, be ready to go.
This is your boss,
listening.
buddy.
I'm listening. Yeah, right. Hey, what do you
Hold
think
on.
there, buddy? I outrank you.
You know, you do. You really do. I think that we threw together this program director deal, and I've already recognized you as such and said and ran some things by you that I normally.
I appreciate that. I really do. You don't have to run that stuff by me, dude.
I really don't, but I just feel as if old school wise, I should. Like, I know that you're going to always say, whatever you want to do, Bubba. You know, you've been doing this as long as me. I can't air check you and make you any better. We're the twin towers of the deal. But, just old school radio pecking order. You are my program director, and you happen to be the only program director that I've had in the last, 15 or 20 years that I actually think knows a little bit about radio. Like, every program director, after Brad Hardin left me and I left 98 Rock, I never had a program director that I thought knew more about radio than me.
The great Keith Lawless. Come on, man.
I have there are a few that I respect. Tom Lee, Tom Benson, the great Steve Smith, the late Steve Smith from Cox. Was a great
yeah. See, you and I are old school. Where we can say, Mark Driscoll and Buddy Scott and Greg Cassidy and Jeff McCartney. Back when your program director had more radio experience than you.
Yes,
they have done what you have done better than you've done it.
And they weren't programming music stations. They were talk guys. They were real spoken word programmers. They knew exactly what they were doing.
And they would sit down with us when we were in our infancies of being talk show hosts, and they'd be like, we'd do an air check session. And then we'd listen to a break, and then they'd say, listen, you know what, on that break, that was pretty good, but you could have, you don't have to tell them the temperature right now. I can remember this one time, I was like at 103 PFR, I was like, 103 PFR, cloudy skies, right now it's 76. So the guy I was doing an air check with me is like, do you have to say the word right now? Wouldn't people assume that the temperature that you're giving is right now? I'd be like, oh, he goes, that's just word salad. That's just you grasping to fill in time. He goes, I want everything that you speak on the air to have substance. So, we don't, So after 98 Rock and Brad Harden, I never had a guy in radio that had, one, more experience than me, and two, that I respected at all with regards to their programming abilities. I mean, they were all a bunch of jokes. There came a point in our career where we became more familiar with this format than the person that was in charge of the format.
I agree. And there's a big difference between programmers that program music stations, various types of music stations, and those that do spoken word. I mean, they're two wildly different things. And you're right.
And great spoken word teachers are even more rare than ever. There might be 5 or 6 of them left in the business.
I agree.
Randy Michaels.
Yeah.
Mel Karmazon. People like that. There's not a lot of those people left.
No, there's really not, and it is a completely different a deal. You don't air check a guy that's playing classic rock. I mean, there's not a whole lot there to air check. But
107.3 The Eagle. That was a Slow Ride by Foghat with
right.
Super 6 going on, and we got a chance for you to win a nationwide contest coming up here in 15 minutes with your cue to call in.
My favorite is the guys the talk guys that come back and go, it's 5:05, 5 minutes after 5 o'clock, 55 minutes before 6. Yeah.
Cloudy skies tonight, 79 for the low, and I know you guys need a little Back in Black to get you going for your morning deal on 107.3 The Eagle. You're going to hear me in 4 songs from now.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But so the last,
I know how to do it though. I'm not.
First of all, let's make sure everybody knows, because I want to take credit. I don't care who finds this out. I do not care who finds this out. But when they were throwing this together, John Cracciola, the owner, was talking to me, and Shannon, because I was communicating with you, and I told John Cracciola when they were thinking about switching over, I think it was to the Fly or the Vibe on 103.1.
Yeah,
they had some urban stuff, some I don't know, some Bartell stuff, and it was just not cutting it. And listen, John Cracciola, we went up to Fort Walton Beach on a real signal and just absolutely dominated. Florida Man Radio and oddly enough, same frequency, 103.1 in Fort Walton Beach is just straight killing it.
Yeah,
Don Miller's killing it. Shannon Burke's killing it. I'm killing it. The station's killing it. Wolfie and Bo and all our boys down there. So John Cracciola's talking to me, and he's like, hey, Hey, Bubba, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked in Orlando, and it's like I need a winner in Orlando, and I got this big signal on 103.1, and I've just been illy advised on what I should have done with it, and damn it, I should have just put you and Shannon on a year and a half ago, but I messed up, and so I'm thinking about putting the Florida Man Radio deal on 103.1. What do you think? And the first thing out of my mouth was, and I know that you'll verify it because I told you, I said, you can save, and this is nothing against Stevie DeMann.
No,
this is nothing against him, but he's a music guy.
Yeah,
he's a music guy, and he can't handle me and Shannon. He just can't. I'm just like, Stevie DeMann's not going to sit down with Shannon and have an air check session. Shannon, on that one, I don't think you quite teased your second break going into the second quarter hour enough, buddy. Now, you'd be like Paxson, Stevie. Come on. Let's do 12 in a row with Bartell. Get the hell out of here. So I told John Cracciola, you need to, in this format switch, you need to make Shannon the program director. Did I not say that?
You did.
I was the first one to bring that up, and so congratulations on that. And I think I had a little bit to do with it. But even though I still, if I'm going to do something on your airwaves, and now your airwaves are 3 signals for me. My Orlando signal, my Ocala signal, and our Fort Walton Beach signal, which is half of my syndication. I have 6 stations, half of which are programmed by you, so I'm going to get you up to speed. You've never liked Tuttle ever, and so I wanted Tuttle to be on this particular Wednesday because we have we're down one man. We can do a show. We don't need a person in here to do a show,
right?
But it'll be good to bring like the Gene Laskers and some of these novelty guys back.
I can't wait to hear Gene back here.
Well, I might have to buy another dump button. Just I have to buy 2. Yeah. So I know that Shannon doesn't like Tuttle. So I get a hold of Shannon. I go, Shannon, you're the program director. I just would like to have your blessing to have Tuttle on. And Shannon texts me back. He goes, first of all, I would never tell you no on anything, but I don't like the dude. So I'm like, okay, but can I have him on Wednesday, May 1st? And you're like, yes. So then I get a hold of Shane. I didn't know, but I think Shane hates him more than Shannon.
I think he does.
Shane
Let me tell you how that went down.
Shane got mad as hell at me. So I go, Shane, goes, what? I go, hey, I'm having Tuttle on next Wednesday, already pre-approved by Shannon. He goes, well, I'm glad I had a say-so in it. I mean, he got mad as hell. He's like, really? I go, hey, Shannon pre-approved it. He's like, I don't know anything about this.
At that moment, this is after that morning you and I had texted about it.
By the way, Seth, that's how much heat Tuttle brings.
I'm not surprised. I had heat with him myself.
And he walks by my office.
Shane.
Yeah, Shane walks by my office. He's got his phone in his hand. He's listening to your podcast.
Shane is our boss. Like Shane is the president of everything.
Yeah, he's the big guy. Right. And I guess he's listening to whatever you did after your regular show, your after show.
The podcast.
Tuttle was on it. And he walks by, and I can vaguely hear Tuttle's voice coming out of his phone. He goes, did you approve Tuttle to be on Bubba's show? I said, yes, Shane, I did. But in my defense, I told him we'd give it a couple of times. And if it wasn't working, it wasn't working. I said, Bubba believes it'll improve his show. Who am I to tell him not to do something to improve his show? But, Shane's no fan.
But did you tell him that I did ask your permission?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Because that was the only thing that saved me.
and at that point, I think he's questioning in his mind whether or not I should be the program director.
Ladies and gentlemen, just right on Radio Inc. Incorporated, Shannon Birkin, the smallest tenure of a program director, fired already for making a asinine decision to let Tuttle back on the air.
No, there hasn't been no press release about
there's not going to be a press release about Tuttle, and Tuttle is definitely afraid of you more than anything because your first text to me yesterday was not impressed with what I've heard so far, and then your next text was, is he gonna do anything funny today? And then you just ghosted me. So after the show, Tuttle's like, hey, did you get any feedback from the JVC guys? And I go, no, none. He goes, not even Shannon? And I go, well, I did get some from Shannon, but probably not ones that you'd want to hear. And he's like, well, what do you? I said, well. So I read them both, and he just put his head down like he found out Santa Claus wasn't real. And he was just like, oh, wow.
Here's what I know that I've worked with people that I don't like in the past. I know that you have too. But one of the beautiful parts about being decent hosts, you and I together, is that we know how to get what we want out of a person that we may not like personally. Look at
Lummy. Like Lummy, and he's basically on the spectrum. And I mean, I got him the most popular guy in the history of the show almost.
Let me tell you something. He came out to Bike Fest in Leesburg. And he came by my
He's a
booth.
rock star, isn't he?
Absolute rock star. And I was like, hey, man, you want to sit in with us for a second? He goes, oh, no.
I don't know.
No. I said, why? He goes, well, Bubba might get mad. He goes, oh, you think you're a big shot now. You're going to the Shannon Burke show, huh? We both looked at each other, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
All right. Hey, Lummy, you got anything to tell me?
Yeah.
No, Bubba. What were you doing on Saturday at Leesburg Bike Fest with Shannon Burke? You want to do a couple hours with him, bitch? We'll just do it full time from now on.
Pretty
Son
much.
of a bitch. You know what? Lummy, my text machine is not broken. How about a little heads up on the deal? Fixing to go on with Shannon, boss man. Is that okay? How about something like that? You son of a... You're fired.
He is an absolute rock star.
No, but
Absolutely.
you and I have the ability to just, through our showmanship, be able to get people over. We just do. We can. Don, and it's something that we need to kind of work with Don. Don Miller's message and Don Miller's data and his shtick and his swagger is
straight fire.
Straight fire. In some instances, better than you and I.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he's got a couple of little extra weapons, he can, I mean, if we had some of the liberties that Don had, we might have a little better show too. But we got to teach Don on how to get his guys over. You know what I'm saying?
We're working on that.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
And thank you for being fair about Tuttle. I know he's very much an irritant. But I think I can get him over on a very limited, and plus I get him for I paid him $40 yesterday. So we just got 225 ripped off on us. So we're trying to, things are tied here in the cupboards.
Well, I know you'll be able to get some get what you need out of him, and if you can't get what you need out of him, then I know that I don't have to worry about it. You'll handle it from there.
Right, I will. And so, how things in Shannon Burke land?
Good.
Is that one of your 14 bulldogs?
Yeah. Hey, knock it off. They're fighting.
Well, they could be warning you of a bad guy. Could they not?
Or the mailman or someone walking by outside, walking their dog.
My Bella's the same way. They think that they own anything that they can see, they own. And if they can see you, even if you were 2 houses away, they're going to bark at you and let you know, bitch, I own everything I can see, period.
Yeah, that's what these dogs are like.
Right.
We got a new one, too. He's just a 1.5 years old.
Is he learning bad traits from the other ones?
No, he's beating up the other ones.
He is, for real?
Yeah,
so hold on. The old timers are like, great, they brought in a young gun in here. We're going to whip some ass, right?
Yes.
He's a big dog. Yeah, he's a big one.
He's a big boy, yeah.
And is he big? Is he bigger than the other two?
Yeah, and younger and more muscular. He's 80 pounds, and he's just a little.
Has he already whipped ass?
He's trying to right now, as a matter of fact. He just wants to get the other dogs to play with him. And
he's not trying to be mean. He's just trying to rile them up and have have a little excitement this morning. And they're old and lethargic. They're like, man, buddy, knock it down a notch. We're in here to get fed, poop, lick our balls a little bit.
Now they're right here in the studio with it. Hey, stop it.
Get him riled up. Get him riled up.
Look.
I can hear him.
Get him, Chuck. Get him.
Shannon Vick on the phone, ladies and gentlemen.
They're too playful. They're not. They don't have a mean bone in the body. They just like to play rough. All right,
hold on. Listen. Is that the young gun that's just causing all the problems?
Yeah, he comes in with something in his mouth. He wants the other dog to try to take it from him. The other dog doesn't want to take it from him. Then it makes him mad, and he growls at him.
Yeah, and then he just stuffs it into their face until they eventually bite it, and then he plays a real short game of tug of war, and he wins.
Yes.
And he wins.
That's exactly what's going on.
Right,
here.
Exactly. So now, have you been keeping up with the Trump stuff? And can you see that really, I'm almost 2 or 3 degrees from the Keith Davidson is the one that brokered the Hogan sex tape. He cut a deal with the feds to be a federal witness to turn in all of Cohen's all the information they got on Cohen came through Keith Davidson. He just testified. And do you notice, Shannon? Nobody ever takes it one more layer back and asks Keith Davidson anything about. Here, Keith, you're here today testifying, but you're on the FBI 302. You're listed as a federal cooperating witness. So, did you cooperate with the feds in order to give all this information that got Michael Cohen in prison? Why aren't people asking that?
The only people I hear asking that or talking about Keith is or talking heads. That they mentioned the case, obviously, because it's in the news, and they go, "Oh, Keith Ellison, Hulk Hogan, blah blah blah, sex tape," and that's about it. They don't go any further.
And they don't know that the reason why he didn't do any jail time, and the reason why he was the one that brokered this, first, the reason why he didn't do any jail time, and he's never done any jail time on all the extortion and all the strong arming that he's done to people, is because the feds came in and said, "Hey, listen. We have 3 years of the statute of limitations left on the Hogan sex tape extortion. We got you dead to rights. We had it wired up. We had surveillance. We actually arrested you that night. And we got 3 years of meat left on that bone. Now, unless you give us all correspondence that you've had with Michael Cohen, how do you think they have all the texts, Brian, through discovery? How do the feds get that information? They don't. Do they go to Michael Cohen's and he says, "Oh yeah, I'll give it to you," or do they have to get it backdoor the way I allege?
Well, they could have gotten it most likely got it initially from Keith Davidson, and then also if Cohen started to cooperate.
But how do they get it through Keith Davidson? Does Keith Davidson just willy-nilly give it to them, or do they have to have a bargaining chip? Does every lawyer just succumb to this FBI when they walk in and say, "Hey, I want to see your heart, all your correspondence with another attorney"? No. You say, "Listen, I'm not giving you anything."
Right.
Right? I mean, you're
a good attorney would say no. I'm not cooperating with the feds.
Brian, you're an attorney. An
No,
attorney
yeah, you'd only do it if
walks
there was
in-
something in it for your client.
Attorney walks in and says, "Hey, listen, I need all correspondence you've had while negotiating, hush off deals with Michael Cohen, and you're Brian Davidson, you're Brian Keith Davidson. You're like, listen, bitch, I'm not giving you nothing. Oh, okay." I said, that's fine. But do you remember that Hulk Hogan extortion deal that we did a no-file on? Yeah. Do you know we have till 2019 to file that? And you know what? We have you dead to rights. It's all the investigations done. Hogan was wearing a wire. Houston was wearing a wire. We had a stenographer in there. It was all taped and video. Brian, it's a slam dunk. It's a slam dunk case. He then's like, hey, I don't want you guys to bring that up. Yeah, I'll give you every ounce of correspondence, and on all FBI and all the on the arrest affidavit on Cohen, because I have it, Brian. They list Keith Davidson as the cooperating witness.
So if Trump is convicted, this is your fault at the end of the day, right? And we can blame you.
Wow, I wasn't quite really breaking it down like that. I mean. No, it's the Fed's fault for not arresting Keith Davidson when they should have in Tampa.
Yeah, no, he should have been.
But I think I think their tentacles are deeper. They know about that. They know that Keith Davidson has all these tentacles out there.
But wouldn't that discredit him? Isn't Trump trying to discredit him? And wouldn't discrediting him in front of a jury, if you showed a jury, Brian, that this guy has already flipped and worked as a federal informant on a prior.
Well, the problem is you're not attacking the evidence. That's the issue. Is you want to show in that situation, if you're going to say he's biased, that's fine. You got to show that somehow the evidence he presented is not truthful, factual, and accurate. And it appears with Michael Cohen stuff that he turned over that it was truthful, factual, and accurate. So the fact that he did it to save his own hide doesn't change the fact of what was in those correspondence.
Don't you think that the American public would want to know that?
You want the American public to know that, and it might be an interesting story, like side
Shannon,
story to tell.
how would you feel if you were me?
But
I would feel the same
trial
way, but
doesn't share it.
But Charlie's right. It's not really relevant
I guess it's not
to the case at hand.
I guess it's not germane to this issue. It's only germane to me and my personal feelings.
That's about right, buddy.
Somebody should make a documentary about it, Bubba. Somebody should really make a documentary about it. Put it out soon.
Man, we're trying. I'm telling you.
What's the deal with that documentary?
It just, documentaries take so long because you just gotta. It's just
I didn't get interviewed for it yet, so I'm probably waiting on it.
So
I'd put you over, buddy. You know that.
I know you would. But Brian, if anybody would ask that. And the media made Keith Davidson look like he was kind of a rock star. Like they didn't get into the fact that here's a little bit of the audio.
The third week of Donald Trump's New York criminal trial started with the threat of jail time for the former president. The judge held.
Let me tell you something, Brian. You can't ensure that Donald Trump is the president of the United States after the November election. The minute you put him in jail, he becomes that much more of a rock star.
Oh.
Do you not agree?
Yeah, I think
put him in jail for 5 or 6 days, and this place will be it will be an absolute civil war. And he's locked in. The more they arrest him, the more that they try to gag him, and the quicker he can go to jail. You need to go get with Donald. Listen, I know that you're a megalomaniac and you never slept in a cell, but a couple nights at Rikers will just really put you up 5 or 6 points. I'm just telling you.
I think he's worried about not having his orange covering, in those, for 5 days, that's going to wear off.
Shannon, if they came to you and you only had to do 2 days, right?
I'll do it standing on my head.
And be like, man, but they're like, Shannon, listen, we're going to get you hemmed up on some stupid nonsense. You do 2 days, and when you come out, people are going to feel sorry for you. You're going to be a martyr. You're going to be a goddamn rock star.
Right. I'm going. Yeah, put me
I'm
in.
going. Not 4 months or however. How long were you in there, Shannon, initially?
4.5.
Was it tough?
We did this.
Yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah.
It was
it was
Do you
all
think
right.
would I make it or would I
You'd
cry?
make it. You'd be throwing bones and with the guys in no time.
Hey, radio guy, BOTE, right?
Yeah,
Boat.
that's right. Boat.
Presumptive
Come on, Radio
Republican
Man.
nominee in contempt of court for violating a gag order, forcing him to pay fines and take down social media posts.
Now, Brian, is this unprecedented legal territory we're on? I mean,
Brian,
have they ever
gag
done
orders? What's the deal with it? Is this a normal gag order? Gag orders are normally put into place to protect the defendant, and this is the defendant who's got a gag order against him. There are certain free speech implications.
There are, but they also can be used to protect the judge, courtroom staff, their families,
protect them from
juries.
what?
Well, if he's calling
he's
people,
not. He's
hold
not. He's only
on.
screwing
If
with the
he's,
judge.
but the judge deserves a level of protection as well, of personal protection. And if it gets to the point where he feels like he's being targeted and they're trying to elicit some response from his followers, then I could see where a judge would be concerned about that for his courtroom staff, for him, for his family. So, gag orders are tough because you are quelling somebody's ability to speak freely and openly. Certainly, you shouldn't need it to shield the jurors from anything because they're being sequestered and they shouldn't be hearing any of this anyways. Or they should be, at least the rules sequestered. They shouldn't be looking online and looking for these things.
They all are.
But at the end of the day, the judge just doesn't want Trump to say mean things about them and make them look stupid or bad, or to say that this is a witch hunt and this judge is unfair and things like that. That's really more of a personal thing.
Here's the deal, man. If it was a little bit more cleaner, like if Alvin Bragg hadn't ran on the fact that he's going to put Trump in jail,
right?
And then the judge, his daughter hasn't raised $100 million since this for Democratic soft PAC money. And if it was skewed just a little bit more, I don't know, fairly, I think that it would be a little bit worse for Trump. But I think all of these proceedings are so unfair that it doesn't do anything to his to his popularity at all. I think this guy's locked in.
No, he's fine. This trial is not gonna derail him at all.
And the January 6th stuff isn't going to derail him.
That's gone anyway. That's not going to happen till after November. By that time, he'll just fire Jack Smith if he's elected. That's gone.
And then he'll pardon himself of any potential crimes that he may have
I kind of
committed.
want to put Trump. There's going to be all kinds of 007 special agent stuff if he becomes the president, right? Well, first of all, before I get sworn in, I must go ahead and pardon myself. I got to pardon myself in 3 or 4 different states, and then I got to pardon these guys, and then I got to fire these 3. Yeah, I mean his first day, man. When Grandpa Biden, his first day, he shut down the pipeline and opened up the borders. Trump's first day is going to be firing everybody and pardoning himself. That's right.
Yeah, and shutting down the border.
And shutting down the border. I mean, if Trump becomes president, will we see the largest deportation in the history of our country?
I think we will see we'll see that, and we'll also see a flare up of Trump is a meanie, he's a racist, he doesn't like brown people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to be a battle.
Well, they won that the first time. They won't win it the second.
Well, the pipeline's going to open back up too, so gas prices should come down.
Yeah.
Listen, wouldn't
Shannon,
have impacted us at all.
As the program director, I can't run late, my friend. Can't get into the great Don Miller's time.
Yeah.
Great talk to you, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's talk this weekend.
You got it, man. See you guys.
Thank you, Shannon.
Later.
Bye, Shannon Burke, program director for Florida Man Radio.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Yeah. Oh man, nothing gets people fired up like saying the word Trump. All of a sudden, I now must take on the position of every liberal and progressive.
Are you going to hit Jelly Roll on the way out?
You're MAGA.
Yeah, I got to.
I know, I'm MAGA, guys. Relax. One of you, friendly fire. Sheesh.
I will tell you what though, man. We could talk about anything and somebody will be like, "Move on, blah. This is boring." But anytime we talk about politics, man, people are locked in.
Gets them fired up.
Yeah.
The tribalism with it is pretty crazy. Like, I can be intellectually honest enough to say, the New York charges against Trump are kind of bullshit. It's a misdemeanor. He should have pled out, slap on the wrist, whatever. I mean, he did break the law, but
Okay, but you're MAGA, and that's why we expect to hear those things from you.
Yeah, slap on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist, Willie. Let
January
him free.
6th, no, there's not enough there. The Georgia call, no, there's not enough there. Destruction of evidence in Mar-a-Lago, there's probably enough there.
If he's the president, Brian, can he overturn
everything?
Can he overturn those 2 states that he lost in the election and declare himself the winner?
The prior winner?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I just want to let you know that even though the historical annuals will go down as I wasn't the president, I'm going to go ahead and say that I was the president.
I just want to say I won. Get that out of the way. I won.
Just get it out of the way that I'm going to be. Oh, he couldn't do that though because he'd be a 3-timer then. Then he can't.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I just want to let you know that technically I won it, but I let him have it because I wouldn't be able to be your guy right now. So I'm the guy, and I'm going to fucking deport every brown person I see.
What up? I'm going to call you the police. Is this 7 guy bring anything to the table, or does he just tell me to shut up? Could anybody in Rumble just tell me if this person contributes in any way, shape,
If he
or form?
doesn't, let's get rid of him.
To the positivity or to.
Hold on, let me get over to Rumble because I'm gonna.
No, I just want to know. I don't like it. He's normally
What's
just
the
telling me
guy's
to shut my
name?
mouth.
What's his name?
Somebody removed
What's his
message.
name?
OOG7.
Okay, let me try to find what his correspondence to you has been like. Did he
already was removed.
Oh, he already got. Look at, got greased. Already gone.
That comment.
Yeah, no, I just want to know. Every time I look.
So they got you, Seth.
I appreciate it. No,
Andy's
thank
got
you.
your back, buddy.
No, I know. I just wanted to know if I don't see it all the time. I just want to know if he's a positive contributor.
Well,
or
he's
if he
obviously a dick, and they fucking got rid of him.
just talk shit all the time.
He's a dick, and they got rid of him.
No,
Say
I
it.
thank you, Grouper. I'm just saying, like, man.
Could you imagine if that was your existence, though, just being a troll? What a miserable life. Like, the fact that you get joy out of being a fucking pain.
Well, man, as long as we've been doing this, like, I still don't understand the mindset of a troll. You know, I can't act like I do. I just
That's
don't.
what I'm saying. It's crazy. Like, it's insanity to me. To hate somebody so much that you don't want to let it go.
Right.
Like, just move on with your life. Go do something else. Go listen to something else. Literally go the fuck away.
Go jack off.
You go get a Brandy Light fleshlight and spend an hour cleaning it. You know?
Whatever. Just leave us alone.
Yeah, just leave us the fuck alone. If we're not
Thanks,
your cup of
Longwood.
tea, we're not your cup of tea. Have a different type of tea, buddy.
Thank you, Spice. I appreciate it. Yeah, Bubba Nation, I don't know. Every time I would click over to Rumble, this guy's telling me something, man. Like, for weeks, which is fine.
Apparently it wasn't fine.
Well, I mean, if he's a valued member of the community, like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's not a contributor.
Yeah.
There's no money coming in from that troll.
Right.
There's no money coming in from any troll.
Hey, I hope you have a good surgery, Longwood. I saw that I think you're having it today, man. Hope you're good.
And that's why I like you, Calibama. Because even though we don't agree, you would still teabag me.
And gosh darn it, that's okay.
Yeah, that's what America's built on. The foundation, the Boston Teabag Party.
You know, the foundation of the foundation of somebody wanting to teabag their favorite radio host.
I mean, you know, it's all good.
Hawkeye, I'm cutting something with Gary today, and then I think we're gonna do something. I gotta talk to him, but I think I want to do a post-backlash show. So, because that's this weekend.
What do you say about their inability to sell tickets in the UK because they overpriced the tickets so badly?
The AEW or
no, the WWE.
For France or for
no? They're pay-per-view in the UK.
Who, WWE?
Yeah.
What happened?
They're like every lower level seat, like 80% of them are still available because they're charging like £500 to £1,000 a ticket.
He's been more faithful to the Packers than to his own wife. Yes. Welcome back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Before I end the show today, I'd like to do a quick little, and maybe Gary Cantrell or somebody can make this a short because I'd like to get this out because I'd like to get Jelly Roll. I actually like for somebody to get it in front of Jelly Roll and let him know what I think about him.
Oh.
And Jelly Roll, let me tell you something. In 2016, when you came in my studio, the very same studio that I talk from right now, and you were like an opening act for somebody.
No, at that point he was at the State Theater.
Okay, so he was
yeah.
was he Jelly Roll?
Yes.
All right, so
he was doing a little more rap at the time.
All right, so he's Jelly Roll 2016.
Yes.
We're on Bubba 98.7.
Yes.
And he comes in our show, and he's a virtual nobody at this point. He's playing at the Capitol Theater?
Capitol Theater, State Theater, one of those.
What is it, like
Pete.
350, 400 seat venue?
Yeah, if that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
He comes on. I think we had a pretty good interview with him. He talked about one time that how the Waffle House, sued him because he had a song about the Waffle House or something like that. It was a pretty good interview. I was the very first Tampa radio personality ever to have Jelly Roll on their show. And so Jelly Roll blows up. And the one thing about Jelly Roll is he prides himself to be like this regular dude. And he's not a big-time star, and he's accessible to his boys from back in the day.
It's like a positive influence kind of guy too.
Sure, yeah. But Jelly Roll, you're not. You're a fake and a fraud. Oh. And let me tell you something, because the 2 times that you've been to Tampa, I saw that you did iHeart and Beasley, and you took a picture with Orlando backstage at your concert. And we requested, through not only through the Moonshine Bandits, who supposedly are your friends, but they say now that you've pretty much turned your back on them, and they were with you when you were nobody. So they help us try to get a request into you for you to do the show. I mean, in 2016 we were far bigger than you. With all my syndication and the various things I had going on in 2016, I had a much larger platform than you did. Well, you obviously became an absolute sensation. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of your success. Your lovely wife Bunny is beautiful.
Porno star?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And who could be? I mean, you really, really defied a lot of odds. And really, really have just become a mega star. And you know what? Quite frankly, I'm very proud of you. But for you to turn your back on us and not come to the studio or allow us to your show or grant us an interview, quite frankly, is pretty hypocritical of the way you roll and what you claim to be. And I'm disappointed. And Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny, now says that he's going to get off social media because everybody's making fun of his weight. I'm a fellow fat guy. People make fun of me about my weight.
Oh man, I get it.
But people make fun of Seth about me. We all get weight shamed.
Oh yeah. They got me and you together yesterday, Bubba. They said that I'm fatter than you on Instagram.
They did?
Oh yeah.
Keep it coming. So Jelly Roll, I got to get going. But you know what? You are exactly what you portray yourself not to be. You're not the average dude. You've turned your back on people that were there for you, 8 and 9 years ago when you were, attempting to sell out 300-seat venues, giving you 20, 30, 40, I don't know. He might have been on what was he, an hour long? How long was his interview?
Yeah, about 45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour on my syndicated radio platform, and now you won't even allow us to be guests of your show or interview you. You won't even return our texts or our correspondence with you, Jelly Roll. You know what? I'm not going to say any disparaging things. I'm just going to tell you that pretty much sucks. That sucks, Jelly Roll. Good luck to you, buddy. It's going to be without us, though. And unless you'd like to turn this frown upside down, my friend.
By sending us 50 on Cash App.
No,
not Cash App.
Not Cash App.
But you know what? Granting us an interview. And then the first thing's out of your mouth. Bubba, man, I'm sorry about the mix-up. Indeed, you were there when nobody else was there.
Jelly Roll, $10,000 on the Cash App.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummet,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up.
It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.